What up? We're here at episode 83.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check. There we go.
You got those good levels going. 83.
Good love.
We're about to hit them with that hot pop culture here. Secret Hideout podcast. Oops.
This isn't Secret Hideout random shit. There you go.
There it is.
Do we got some like Hobbit, Lord of the Rings stuff going on with the like? Do I look a lot
picture?
bigger than Enzo? Does Enzo look like a Hobbit? Like that?
Yeah,
technique they use.
There's
Some
definitely
sort of-
that. Well, it's a
Screen trick being played in the distance.
yeah. Why do you feel a lot bigger?
Me? Half my body's cut off.
Yeah. No, that's a good perspective. Little shot of Enzo doing the work in the background. Jake fucking being retarded on his phone.
Here we go. All right, this is better.
Me running the madness.
Yo, it was my birthday yesterday, guys.
It
Was
was
it?
Zoe's birthday
Yeah, it was.
yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you, man. Thank you. And all kinds of retarded, fucked up shit have been happening since then.
What are you? 35?
I am, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's like, did you do anything cool?
No, just bad stuff has been happening. Not even bad stuff. I got to tell you guys the story. So I ordered Kroger Quick List. Can I say that? It doesn't matter. I ordered Kroger Quick List where they like deliver groceries to your house, you know? So you go on there and you pick like how many items you want of everything. So first I ordered, like I had this big long ass order and I customized it. I had everything I wanted and I ordered it and they brought it to the wrong house. So I was like, all right. So I waited like 2 hours. And my groceries never came. By the way, I was like starving at this point. So they're like, we're going to give you
on your birthday?
This is on my birthday. So they're like, we're going to give you a refund, but you got to place your order again. So I placed my order again. Dude, I'm just going to say lady. I don't know if it was a lady, but that's just what I'm imagining it. She must have picked or just like didn't even try to sub anything. I didn't get any milk. I didn't get like, basically what I got was like chocolate chips and fucking chips and salsa. I asked for like apples, pears, and bananas, right? So usually I get like 7. I get like 1 for each day, right?
Okay.
I got 1 of each, which was weird because I was like,
food
what?
shortage, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, did this bitch just only see 1 pear in the whole store? She couldn't have substituted for another type of pear, or was it a food shortage?
I've never used any of those quick lists or anything like that. So I can't really relate to that.
Oh, I've been doing it for years now.
Yeah.
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 Have you done this before?
I don't have them delivered to my door, but I do like I go pick it up.
You go pick it up at the store?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's how I started off too.
You guys are on that Bezos shit.
Well, dude, it's easier, man. I don't have to
get
waste
it.
the time.
I'm not,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not hating. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never used it though.
It's so much better than waiting fucking
Well, we actually
crazy
have
ass line.
we have an episode called Self Checkout Shills, which is like probably one of our 5th or 4th episodes with Amanda, and we talk about the idea of like the self checkout line kind of introducing the communist rule.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because they're doing work. Like I have like people are going and getting my groceries for me.
Yeah,
and then
they're
they
shopping.
bring them to my car. If anything, it's more.
Yeah, but you pay for it online, right?
yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
self checkout is you're bagging your own groceries.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing work for Kroger. This way,
Yeah. I got you.
Kroger's
You're still employing You're
Yeah.
not taking a job. You're actually adding a job.
Yeah, they're just literally
Yeah.
bringing it to my doorstep or his car or whatever.
So you have a delivery driver doing that,
Yeah.
which is good then. So that's kind of a thing that's what I mean then. Like when we were talking about, well, I was even thinking about this I was checking out at Whole Foods on the self-checkout, and I was
Okay.
thinking about our episodes, self-checkout shills.
and
And
you're like I'm a fucking sellout.
well, I was thinking that, but I was like, well, how many people fucking did it take to make this machine? And
Oh,
how many
God,
people
you were
does it take?
you were like telling yourself to make yourself feel better.
Well, a little
selling
bit.
out.
Someone made
A
it.
little
Someone
bit.
designed it.
Someone made it. Someone has to
Put it together.
maintenance it.
Yeah.
Someone has to put it together. I'm not saying it's probably
Someone
done
has
overseas.
to put the machines together that puts those together. You know, someone
so
has
there's
to
still
build
jobs there. I don't know if I was just in Whole Foods, just being like, if it was in the air, if they're pumping like the
happy gas in you.
the happy liberal gas in me, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't as bad. I think that actually might have been the case. Now that I'm really thinking, I went and got my vaccine too.
They were playing Katy Perry in the background.
I went and got right to CVS, got my vaccine.
I haven't been to a Whole Foods since the last time we went skating at Birmingham.
Yeah. I go to that Whole Foods
Can't.
to get Cleans, the drink I like a lot. It's like an energy drink.
Yeah.
Shout out Clean. Hopefully you guys aren't repping the devil. That'd be sweet. But, and, you know, sometimes I'll go there for like their lunch bars flame.
Yeah, we get it. You got money.
Their lunch bars flame. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I was telling Enzo about this.
I went to a
earlier.
hot bar the other day
Did you go-
at Walmart.
Got some mac and cheese.
Some popcorn chicken,
Oh,
mac
yeah.
and cheese.
I do pretend I'm rich. Like, this is something I've done for a long time. Like, I just live life as if I am rich. I think it's okay. As of now, you know, I don't have children. So I can
Yeah.
understand that that's a big deal. If I had children, I think it'd be a completely different, you know, there'd be.
You'd
But-
be at that Walmart.
Yeah, I'd probably be at that Walmart for sure. But I don't know. I think it's a good thing to pretend to live within wealth, like feel as if you're wealthy. I think it's not a bad idea to have, because I feel like too many
Yeah.
people are searching for wealth and like seeking wealth. But if you like just kind of compartmentalize all of your life and you're like, I got a fucking house, you know, I got a roof over my head, I got a climate control environment where I can watch
Yeah.
a moving picture screen.
See, I think like that too, but mine's like, I'm white trash. I'm
The-
white trash. I
there's-
got a fucking roof over my head.
Yeah,
I got a driving car.
yeah. It's an acceptance, is what it is. I think there's a lot of acceptance that has to happen, where you just have to accept your situation and try to make the best of it.
Yeah.
Secret hideout pop culture for you motherfuckers, right there. No, but we got some shit to talk about. We got some shit today.
Yeah, I got some shit.
There's some shit. There's a bunch of shit. I've
Some pop culture.
yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I hit Ozark up. We won't talk about it on this episode once
Yeah.
these boys catch up. I don't know, Zoe, have you even watched Ozark?
Nah, bro.
Oh, dude, you fucked up. It's a good
Yeah,
one.
it's a good one. Yeah, I didn't even know that was coming out. That's why we haven't watched it yet. Cause like we're in the middle of something else. you
Yeah,
know, and it just like dropped, and
there's some hammers in it. It's
so
good. Dude, and
otherwise
real
we
quick,
would have been on it.
did we talk about in the end of the last season? Well, whatever.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
talked about the fucking, you have to fucking kill me.
Yeah, okay, God, I watched.
And we called it on here about metal bands using it.
Yes.
And ever since then, I've seen it over and over again.
Oh yeah, and dubstep shit and like
Yeah.
hip hop remixes. But I watch that scene still. Like I'll go on YouTube and watch that scene. I'm sure we played it on here. We're not going to do it again, but I just wanted to
Yeah,
reiterate,
everybody knows it.
since I can't talk about fucking what happened. That scene is so fucking good. It's a film. It's a
Yeah.
masterpiece.
It is a good scene.
Yeah, god damn, that chick kills it. Who plays Ruth? She kills it in that scene.
Yeah.
That scream.
Pretty powerful.
Even
Huh?
when she fucking yells, like she yells at Wendy, and she's like, "You cunt!" And the way she says "cunt," she like screams it like a metal vocalist. I'm like, damn, this chick's fucking. She could do like a fucking metal band.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
She'd be a good Joker
the female,
if
yeah.
they like went, woke on it.
Could they do a Harley Quinn with her?
Nah. No, she's not attractive enough.
She is attractive if you see her
I
outside.
have. I mean, I'm not. I sound like a dick saying that, but like,
I think she's bad. So
it's
it's just preference.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that she's not
and that's
hot. She's just not. She's not like Harley Quinn.
dude. If you worked with this chick for like a week, you think she's smoking hot. by the end of the week. You know what I mean?
For sure. I'm not saying she's like not attractive. Like it just came out wrong. I'm just saying like she's not like the Harley Quinn type.
I used to think the daughter was bad, but she's starting to look Neanderthal-ish to me. I don't know why. I don't know if she's on some hormones or something.
I'm sure she would love hearing that.
What?
How old is she?
22.
Is she 22?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. How old is she?
So is that what we're doing? Are we body shaming and shit again?
I don't, I don't really think that this lady.
You're like, she looks like a Neanderthal. I'm like, she's too ugly to be Harley Quinn. No, I'll just say I think she'd be a good Joker if they like made like okay, so if they did the God, I can't think of what it is, the Flashpoint, which they are doing, I guess, but in Flashpoint, what happens? Flash goes to a different alternate timeline, and instead of Bruce Wayne's parents being killed, Bruce Wayne is killed during the robbery, like as a kid.
Okay,
so he's killed. Right, and his dad becomes Batman, and he's like a very violent Batman, and like instead of like being like ninja and shit, he just uses guns. He's like a Punisher Batman.
Okay,
like he just shoots everybody and kills everyone.
Sounds kind of cool,
right? And then his mom becomes the Joker.
Oh,
that's kind of interesting.
Well, then you can do that.
Yeah,
It's
so
not even
like she goes crazy over the loss of Bruce.
That's not even being woke. Then that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They could do it. They could do it like Flashpoint, and like she would be. I think she'd be a.
When did this come out?
Like
this
a dope
Flashpoint?
ass creepy Joker. Oh, a long time ago.
Dude, it's badass. It's kind of interesting.
I don't know why this MIDI track ain't fucking recording. It's fucking me up.
Oh, okay. Not recording.
I don't know if you guys. No, so you didn't hear that. It's okay. I'll put them in there or something. Won't be a big deal.
Okay.
But that would be sweet.
Are we recording this right now?
Yeah, this is
okay.
live.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Everything is
good.
If you guys don't know,
but
Secret Hideout has the most technical difficulties out of anything. So it's a constant battle pretty much every week.
So on Netflix though, I watched the Abercrombie and Fitch documentary. It's called White Hot.
Interesting. I've seen that. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I've seen the.
It's really good. It's really good. It's like the history of Abercrombie and Fitch, and then like how, like it's like the rise and fall of them, and it's really interesting because I mean that's like, you know, that the Abercrombie and Fitch was popping during like our formidable years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, like when we were in high school and shit.
Yeah.
Right. And it's so it's just really good. It's just a really well done documentary, and it I mean it's definitely like woke because that's like what it's well that's what it's about, because like that's what happened to Abercrombie. It was that okay, so Abercrombie came out and their slogan, their whole like ideology was an imagery, like by design, was the white all-American. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what they wanted. They wanted the white all-American.
Yeah.
All right. And that's who they targeted. That's who they used in their imagery.
That's white boy shit.
And that's what they used in their stores, right? And that's why, once all this cancel culture stuff started coming out, like they ended up getting like sued, and like it was like, oh, they're racist and discrimination, and then they had to go in and like create like diversity and everything, and then when they created all this diversity, it fucking hit the it like hit the ground.
Go woke,
oh my god!
bro.
Who would have thought that?
Go woke, go bro.
Like,
simple.
I mean, like they're still out there. Like it's still rocking. And actually, it's. I mean, I'm gonna get into it a little bit more. But if you go to their website right now, it's like the whole like diversity is like so in your face. Like just go to their website. Like it's like we're here to talk about how diverse we are, and that's what we're about, is everyone can rock Abercrombie and everything like that. And like it's like, yeah, we get it. But their clothes, like they have, like I was checking out their clothes, and some of their clothes are like really fucking dope right now. But anyways, everything. It's just funny because you go to their website now, and it's like the complete opposite of what made Abercrombie and like what they were. Okay, because right now, if you go to their website,
it's loading.
which he's loading. Like I said, it's all about like there's all like it's super diverse. There's like Native Americans, there's blacks, and like there's very few white people in it now. And
Native
everything.
Americans?
Yeah, for sure.
How did you pick those people out?
I don't know. It might be something
Okay.
else, but it's Native American to me.
They were like wearing headdresses. Like they're like overtly racist. Like
Yeah, they're all in teepees.
Oh yeah, look. So here's their front page right here.
Yeah, so you see how it says today and every day we're leading with purpose, championing in exclusivity and creating a sense of belonging. Now
They're trying,
the original Abercrombie was all about fucking like you gotta be cool
Yeah, you
to
gotta
shop
be cool.
here.
Exactly. Or
You know what I'm
work
saying?
here, you get paid.
Like you gotta be cool and you gotta be pretty to fucking shop here.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
All right, that's what they were about,
okay.
and that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
That's what they fucking wanted, man. Like they didn't want ugly people shopping at their shit.
Yeah.
All right, they didn't want fucking fat people shopping at their shit.
Yeah.
Like they wanted attractive, mainly white people
Yeah.
shopping at their shit. Right, and it's it's so shitty. Like, yeah, it's shitty, right? But like, I don't think they should have been like. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like it's like whatever. Like, if you don't agree with that and you think it's shitty, like don't support that. Like I don't see.
hold on, didn't FUBU?
I was
That's what I was
literally
just
about
gonna
to say.
say. I was just gonna talk about that. Like
Yeah.
I was just gonna talk about that. Like FUBU came out in like the early '90s, right? And FUBU was like for us, by us, right? And even though they claimed they weren't, like FUBU was for blacks, man. All right, it was for, and they claimed that they weren't. If you look in the interviews and stuff, they say like, oh no, we're not about that. It's just we're about the hip hop culture, okay? Like we're about the hip hop culture.
Which is
like
probably facts, too.
newsflash though.
knows either way,
Newsflash
like-
in the early fucking 90s, hip hop culture was all what? Black.
Yeah.
It was all black. No fucking Eminem.
No.
All right, you had like fucking Vanilla Ice, maybe,
yeah.
right? No, hip hop culture was black, dude, and that's who it was for. That's who they wanted rock. That's who they had rocking all their shit and all their ads was fucking hip hop artists or like very popular black
influencers
at the
yeah.
time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's
No,
nothing
there's
wrong with that.
nothing
Like,
wrong
that's
with it.
awesome. Like, they
We didn't complain.
for us, by us. Like, right on, dude.
Yeah,
Get
that's
it.
dope. Exactly.
Get it.
Well, they should
like
embrace
that was
that.
their fucking that was their vision.
Yeah.
That was the vision they wanted. And yeah, fucking Abercrombie, like that was the vision they wanted. Was the all-American white fucking
Yeah.
douchebag college frat boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they fucking wanted.
Yeah.
Let them have it.
Yeah.
If you don't fucking like that shit,
Don't wear it.
Don't wear it. Don't shop
Exactly.
there. Don't go out fucking crying and trying to like sue them and shit. But anyways, it's funny because we in high school, like we didn't like I remember at least like I hated that. Like everything Abercrombie was, right? Like that was like the person I hated.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kind of person I hated was like the douchebag college frat guy. No offense,
Yeah.
Enzo.
We were in like junior high,
Junior high school.
junior
Yeah,
high.
it's still
Yeah.
popping in high school.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was like you just didn't shop there, or you shopped there kind of like ironically, like when we were getting into like scene shit and like fucking like rock and roll shit. Like yeah, you would go there and like you would buy something there, but you weren't buying it because it was Abercrombie.
It was just a
Like
nice
you
piece.
were buying it because like it was gonna go good with.
Yeah, it was a tight.
It was gonna look like a
polo.
rock and you were gonna make it rock and roll.
Yeah.
You weren't gonna wear it how like their mannequins were wearing it.
Yeah.
You were gonna put it on.
Like we were buying Abercrombie polos, and they were smaller and tighter. And I remember actually when we bought Abercrombie polos like as a crew. I'm pretty sure before we went on spring break, we all went and got geared up in
Yeah.
some Abercrombie.
Yeah.
We all had a polo. I think you had a yellow one.
I did have a yellow one, yeah.
You had a yellow
No,
one?
I didn't.
You had
I
a
didn't
yellow
fuck with
one.
Abercrombie.
You didn't have a polo?
No, it wasn't for. No,
We
for,
all had
talking about?
polos, bro.
no,
yeah.
for spring break, I was doing American Eagle.
Okay.
Yeah, Abercrombie was just too expensive.
Yeah, well, that's
The only thing I ever got at Abercrombie was flip flops.
yes.
Or the flip.
We all had the flip flops.
Yeah.
We all had. I had some teal ones with a little orange on them. I'll never forget those. I kicked someone in the head with those. I talked about it a couple weeks ago,
Yeah,
actually.
you did, yeah.
But yeah, I remember that was when we got the gear because we were like, we're going on spring break and we want to look the douchebag preppy part so we could pull hose. But we still I think we were still kind of
Good
We were like
times.
seen then, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like wearing
Yeah.
tighter pants and shit. Like, so we were still rocking it in our own ironic way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, though, like like fucking the whole idea of Abercrombie was like, ugh. It was like fuck.
Yeah, see,
Fuck this.
I fucked with some of those guys because I played sports, so I always I was always cool with dudes like that too.
Oh, I'm not saying like I fucking hated people that wore Abercrombie, like because
Yeah.
everybody wore Abercrombie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like they're like the type of people they were
The models standing
like
outside
the
their
models
store.
all
Yeah.
like playing football
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
hanging out in like a frat house.
Yeah.
Like that shit was like fuck that. Like I'm not. In fact, it's funny because I used to be like, dude, a lot of this shit's gay.
What, Abercrombie?
Yeah, I used to remember being like, dude, like all these posters and shit. Like this is some gay shit.
Did you have Fierce?
What's that?
Did you have the cologne?
Cologne.
No, I had Jake from Hollister.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, it turns out though, like all those dudes were gay. Like all the like the guy that
The models?
the dude that owned it, I forgot his fucking name. Like the dude, two of the guys that like owned it, that created it, they didn't create it. So Abercrombie and Fitch was actually like a men's like a in like the 30s,
Like a wilderness company.
and like the
Yeah.
40s or whatever, 30s or 40s. It's like a wilderness, like a man's thing, And
All-American.
basically, the dude got it. Look up. Do we have internet now?
Yeah.
Okay, like look this shit up, Enzo. Look up the name of the guy that created it, or not created it, but made it huge.
Do you remember when Enzo used to be on this shit? You say spider webs, there'd be spider webs on the screen. And shit.
It was for a second. He
Oh,
had
it was.
Walmart stores up
Yeah, I
on
did,
there,
bro.
like
I just
images
was
of
making.
Walmart.
I was getting into my Topo Chico.
Oh, he's getting hammered, dude.
No, I haven't started it yet.
Bro, he's getting hammered, dude.
I can't think of the dude's name. But anyways, like he was gay, and then the other guy was like really gay too, and like the guy that was in charge of I'm pretty sure the guy that was like in charge of like the magazines that were coming out, like their catalogs, right? Like the photographer, like pretty sure he ran like a gay magazine or something before that, and they were comparing. They compared the pictures. No, you're going like way back.
Way
I'm
back?
talking like
Ezra Fitch.
1994.
Yeah,
But yeah, like they were comparing like the imagery, like these photos in this gay magazine of like these dudes in the locker room, right? Like, and it was like for like homosexual shit.
Yeah, don't
right?
you think-
But then they compared to the same picture in from Abercrombie. It's the same setup, like
Don't-
guys in a locker room.
Gay guys probably got Abercrombie catalogs and like beat off. To
Oh
them.
yeah, for sure. That was a big thing to talk
Yeah,
about.
for
But that's
sure.
what I'm saying. It was there was a lot of gay guys behind it. Right? Behind all the imagery. That's why there was always like videos of like guys wrestling in water and shit, and they're all
Yeah.
jacked and shit,
Yeah, with the fucking
Because
the cock fucking.
I just think it's funny because like I would get called a fag
Mike
by
Jeffries.
dudes wearing Abercrombie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in high school, like,
Yeah,
just because
yeah.
like I was looking rock and roll, I get called a fag by them, and it's like, bro, like all you're decked out in like this company that's got dudes on the bag that you
Yeah.
bought that in,
But the thing is, with that is like they're like promoting towards women too, because women obviously
Sexualizing.
thought that
No.
the man.
No.
No?
Nope.
What do you
The
mean?
the women's side of Abercrombie was kind of like,
No, I'm not. I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying chicks
Liked guys that wore it.
Exactly, chicks like
Oh, okay.
guys that
Status.
wore
I get what
Abercrombie.
you're
So
saying now.
the guys that called you fags were wearing Abercrombie
For women.
because all the hot hoes wanted
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
thought you were talking about like that's what they're marketing
No,
to. And it's
no,
like
no.
like they were.
Well, if you
marketing
look
to
at the
dudes.
women's clothes are actually kind of butch. To be honest, like they were kind of like just not. They're not like super. Like you think of an Abercrombie and Fitch chick, you don't. Maybe like the jean shorts or some shit were kind of hot or whatever, but there was like a denim jean short phase.
Yeah.
But chicks wearing Abercrombie wasn't like hot.
It's so like I know like I kind of sound like a dick when I was saying like oh like I think that they should have just been allowed to do that, you know. But it's like I just feel like I don't know. It's like a hard thing to talk about because like I understand like it is shitty. Like it's shitty for any person like that is like if a black person went and they like, oh, can I get a job here? And they're like, no, because you're black. You know,
Yeah.
like that's shitty, like for sure. You know,
But I think
or if you got fired there because you're black, or if you were black and working there and you had to work nights, you know, cleaning the windows because you weren't allowed on the floor because you didn't have that white. Like it is shitty, but at the same time, it's like this is America. Like,
Well, what they
if they're
should've
racist
did-
pieces of shit, let them be racist
Yeah.
pieces of shit, and then you just don't support
Shop
it.
there, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like that's how I think it should go. And but it was. As shitty as it was fucking genius because it fucking worked, man. It fucking worked. This whole idea behind Abercrombie was like this, like you got to be a cool kid to shop here. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be the cool, good-looking person to shop here. That's who we want, and they did a lot of stuff to make it be that way, right? To make it feel that way. Like the idea of like
Over expensive, only like certain people could afford it.
But,
All of a sudden,
yeah,
it changed from like, oh, clothes are important now. Like,
But it was also like it was under, so it was that like that quality. It was like that Tommy Hilfiger Nautica quality, right? But like cheaper.
Yeah, it wasn't
Right.
the highest by
No.
by
but
any
it was
no.
more expensive though than like.
than
Than like American Eagle
Yeah,
or
American Eagle.
Aeropostale
Yeah.
or some shit like that. But like a lot of the stuff they use, the techniques they use, like the idea of like having models standing outside their doors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to make you feel intimidated. Like if you weren't good looking,
Yeah.
you didn't want to go in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you didn't want to pass these like hot ass
Yeah.
fucking ripped
And to be
dudes with no
honest,
shirts on.
They weren't
Right.
even promoting anything that bad. Like, let's say you take the whole race card out of it, and what you have is like a company that's promoting, young and what's the word?
Virile.
Virile humans that are in good shape, and
Yeah.
you can't be overweight to shop here.
no.
Yeah.
The
There's
issue is
nothing
the
really
race
wrong
thing.
with that.
It was the
It's
race
the
thing.
race
It's the
thing,
race thing.
because-
But at the same time, like that's what they wanted. That's what the image they wanted was white.
Yeah, what's
Like
wrong
they
with that?
wanted
It's
white.
It's
Like what
threatening
is wrong with
somebody
that? Like just like there's nothing like I don't see anything wrong with FUBU.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like they
you
wanted
don't feel-
hip hop look. Cool.
you don't feel threatened by another culture having their own product or something like that. I don't feel threatened by it either. I think it's cool.
So another tactic they used, and you remember this? Like they had when you go to their storefronts, you couldn't see inside.
Okay.
They were like the only store in the mall where you couldn't see what was in the inside. You know, every other store was putting shit in the front of their stores. Like, look what we have, you know?
Yeah.
Like Abercrombie was like, no, like you got to come in to see what we have.
Okay.
Like they had the brown shutters,
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
the
yeah,
brown shutters and everything like that.
Yeah.
You know, they had like the cologne pumped. They had
Music.
music super loud.
Yeah.
Like so parents wouldn't want to stay inside.
Yeah.
So they wanted parents to like just give their kids the credit card and let them overspend.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't
Yeah.
want parents in there and shit. So it had all these like great tactics that they used that like, and it fucking worked, man. It fucking what's that called? Like when is it not
Inclusivity?
inclusivity? Is that like where it's like
Exclusivity.
exclusivity,
Yeah.
right? Like only certain people can come in.
Exclusivity, yeah.
Yeah, they had that exclusivity going on, right? And like that's when they were popping,
Yes.
and it was popping because of that. And so I don't know. It's a really good. I think it's a really good. And again, like I did not shop at Abercrombie and Fitch, So I'm not like, oh man, I love this place or anything like that.
I always respected that their clothes.
It's a
their
respect.
Clothes were good.
Yeah.
Their clothes were good. Whatever the fuck that means. Like I don't know what that
They're
means.
good- they're a good clothing company.
quality.
Like the
They
guy.
It was
So
just unfortunate though who they marketed to, because
Not-
our
that's-
group, especially when we were in junior high, we were like, "Fuck those guys," and a
Yes.
little bit. But if that Abercrombie and Fitch wasn't marketed towards quote unquote them, whoever they are, we would have been fine with it. It was legit, I guess. But it just
You should just be allowed to market
Yeah.
to whoever the fuck you want.
yeah.
to.
You
So
should.
so what happens?
But that's
is
why
I-
we had a
didn't-
problem
we
with
never
it back
find
in
the
the day.
We never found the guy's name.
yeah, it's Ezra Horowitz, dude.
That's not his name.
I'll look it up.
I'm gonna
Or no,
find this
it
in
is.
2
I
seconds.
did name him. Hold on. Abercrombie.
I'm sure it's in the documentary, bio or whatever, synopsis.
Hold up.
Mike Jeffries.
Yes.
There
Oh
you go.
yes, me. And so you're nowhere near it.
You know what? When
Okay.
we look back at this, you're gonna hear that I said it like a couple minutes ago.
Okay. So yeah, Mike Jeffries. So like in 2006, he did like an interview for some like shitty magazine or something like that, and he was like, I don't want ugly people wearing my shit. Like he like flat out like said it. He's like, I don't want ugly people wearing my clothes. I don't want fat people wearing my clothes.
Yeah.
Right. And that was like a thing. Like you couldn't if you were a certain weight, you weren't getting Abercrombie clothes.
Bro, this is
Like,
what this
'cause
guy
you couldn't-
looks like, though.
You couldn't. Yo, yeah, he got. Yeah, dude, it was bad plastic surgery going on, right? Yeah, he fucked up.
Okay, sorry. Keep going.
But yeah, so like the Abercrombie, like their clothes only went to a certain size. So if you were too big, like you couldn't get clothes. They didn't make like extra large.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they didn't make that size because they didn't want you there.
Well, there was
So-
some controversy about that too.
Well, that's what happened. Is he gave that interview in like 2006 where he's like, I don't want fat people and ugly people wearing my shit. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And then like 2011, some like fat ugly person, saw it and was like found that interview and was like, oh my God, how dare him.
Yeah.
And like set out this
dare
petition, like, fucking like 5 years later, and like created this huge petition, and like that's what made it blow up. And it was over a interview from 2006, and like that's when everything had to change and shit like that, because basically it was like the beginning of like cancel culture is happening,
And the way they changed is like it's just cringy.
it's so hard, it's
Yeah.
so try hard. It's just like,
like why? All right, if you're gonna switch it,
and guess
just
what?
Switch it.
How often do you hear about Abercrombie and Fitch?
Oh, they switched it, all right.
How often
Yeah.
do you
Just
hear
in
about
your
it now,
face.
though?
You don't.
You don't. Nobody fucking talks about it.
I mean, we're also not in high school and shit. So
That's
I
true.
don't
It doesn't
really- I
mean-
don't really know what
Well,
people are talking
That's
about or
true.
wearing.
Here's
But
the thing. Exclusivity is the opposite of inclusivity. So they're trying to be all inclusive.
Now,
Now. So
Yeah.
it takes it away from that, like,
Go woke, go broke.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
you
And
know,
that's,
it's the same thing like
No one
Facebook
wants to
did,
rock their
right?
shit
Facebook
anymore.
was started off as like exclusive.
yeah.
yeah,
Yes. You had to be in college.
I guess, yeah.
You had to.
You had to be
In the
yeah,
beginning
you
you
had to
did?
be in
Yeah, you
college.
did.
Yeah,
College
you had a
email.
Facebook
Fuck yeah, I did.
before Allison had one before us.
Yeah.
And that's like what made it like really cool.
Yeah.
It was legit in the beginning, yeah. Great place to find parties and stuff.
So yeah, I don't really know how to like judge, like talk about this without sounding like
Racist.
like a racist piece of shit or something, because like I'm sure that's how I'm coming off, but I don't know if like what I'm trying to say is coming off right.
Well, it's easy. I mean, what you're saying in summary is just the fact that it shouldn't have ever mattered who they were marketing to, and if that's who they were marketing
Yeah,
to.
like they should be allowed to market
Yeah.
whoever they want to
Yeah.
market to.
I don't think
and
there's
then
anything racist about
The customer base should be the one that says whether or not.
I think you might have framed it a little bit hard in the beginning, but the long idea of it is, and that's a microcosm of the culture today. It's just that in general is like the fact of them trying to make everything about race is actually racist.
Yeah.
Like that is racist, and nobody understands that. They're simply participating in active racism when you're making everything about race. Like if you're saying that it should be equality of hires, it's like you're talking about black and white people, but you have no idea what black person is. Like, is that person from fucking Jamaica or India?
Yeah.
Or like, what are you talking about? Like, you're being racist. Like, you've been thinking about that stuff.
Yeah, because it's like I would feel differently if he came out and he was like, "Oh, I hate this certain type of person. That's why I don't want them being a part of our image."
Facts.
You know, but it's not what they said. It was more like, "No, that certain type of person doesn't fit our image."
Yeah, and they're allowed
and we
to have an
the image we want.
Yeah.
And that's not in it.
Yeah, maybe if they're like, like you said, like only if they were flat out and said only white people can work here and black people have to work
that
at
would
night.
be overtly racist.
No, that's
though.
kind of like what they did. Though.
Well, they can do that. They can do that, but if they came out and said that, you know what I mean? Then it's like that's wrong.
Yeah.
But you can do that, Abercrombie. Just fucking do that.
Which they did at the time,
Yeah,
but people
and it
started having a
worked.
problem with it because
And I'm sure like
all
some
know
fine
why.
black dude and fine black chick got jobs there too, because like eventually it was like they're really doing it on beauty.
exactly.
Did you hear that?
No,
Made a noise.
I didn't know that.
I didn't hear.
I was talking shit about phones that make a noise, and then my phone just made a noise.
Oh.
Of course.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
and look at how we didn't give a fuck.
I know.
We didn't
I know.
care.
I don't know why. It's almost it's a weird thing with me. I don't know why it bothers me when it happens, but
Yeah.
it does.
But watch that documentary. I recommend it. Especially like if that was like if you were in like high school around like fucking 2004
During that time,
and
yeah.
shit, you know.
Yeah, I always wanted to shop at Abercrombie.
Same.
I always thought their clothes were cool. I don't know, like they were. I mean, they were good clothes. Like to be honest,
Yeah, like
they're-
they had quality jeans.
yeah,
and
they did.
Like I remember their
Hoodies
jean
and
jacket.
stuff.
I remember their
Oh,
jean
yeah.
jackets. Like
Hoodies
we were into
where
like
it was at.
that was when we were into like jean jackets and hoodies.
Yeah.
like with a hoodie,
Yeah.
on it. You know.
Do you remember that
Like,
that brown
and they-
Abercrombie hoodie I had for a long time? Had big sleeves. It was really nice. You wore it for a minute too.
Okay. Yeah.
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 It was a good hoodie. It was just nice. And that's that's the fact of the matter. That's really what it should boil down to. If you like their clothes, you shop there. If you don't, then whatever. Who gives a fuck of what their image is? Or
They got in
whatever.
some trouble with some racist shirts though that they made.
What'd they have? Like
They had those T-shirts with like random graphic designs, and like they had like some pretty racist ones about like with like Asians on it, and it said like two Wongs don't make a white.
Get the fuck out of here. They
yeah,
really had that?
Yeah, they had some. They had some blatantly
Jeez.
racist.
but whatever. No,
shit,
let
you
me
know.
let me segue real quick. A hard segue, kind of, but on the same topic. It's like, who cares? Like that's like obviously
I
it's
know.
a comic and it's a joke. So
Yeah.
this kind of ties into like cancel culture and everything. It's like if we are taking everything literal, obviously this is a cartoon image of an Asian person, and they're just doing like a voice. Like, are you gonna? It's like someone of German descent gonna get mad if somebody does a German accent? Like, does it trigger you?
No,
Like,
because white
doesn't
people are the
trigger
only
you.
ones that are not allowed to be triggered by this stuff. Like,
Exactly. I mean, maybe that's
what it
that's
boils
bad
down
too.
to.
Yeah, that's bad too. I mean,
Yeah.
that's racist.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
not
that's
allowed
fucking
to.
racist.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, why are we fucking? Who cares if I do a bad Chinese accent and I'm talking about a China person? I'm not like saying I hate China people by doing that. You're just making a joke. I mean,
Yeah.
it's obviously what it is. But yeah,
Well, what that shirt said was two Wongs can make it white, talking about laundry. It had nothing to do with white people. They were talking about laundry being white.
and like an
No,
Asian accent, right?
it was offensive to Asians. That's the point.
Because their
Asians
names were
do
Wong.
laundry.
No, I mean just look at it. Come on.
Hold on.
You guys are stretching here, all right? Like look at the fucking shirt. Like
Hold on. I just pulled it up a second ago. Look.
like if you were an Asian person with no sense of humor, like you would definitely find this.
Can you make that bigger?
Let me look for a larger image. Why are these all so small?
Is this it right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two Wongs can make it white. Because it's like...
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
it's
like if the Wong brothers did this or something, like then I guess it's you know what I mean. Like it's like
that's what
it's
you guys are
okay.
just defending.
I'm not, but I'm like, I mean, is that racist?
It's racial.
It's
and I think that's
racial.
the problem is
Yeah.
we get this confused of like
No, I think, and they kind of discussed it. Like they were just like at this time they were just like randomly making these prints like crazy, right? And so like they would just make shit and like it would just get printed.
I mean, it's not
right?
like this one,
but
jeez.
like someone like there was a lot of there are a lot of these shirts though that were like I can be like, wait a minute, like someone should have been like, hold on. You know, like if I worked there, I would have been like, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't run that. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
at that
let's
ti-
just not run this.
at that
one.
time I don't think people were so racially sensitive.
Agreed.
They weren't.
Agreed.
They weren't.
So I think
But it did cause a big uproar as soon as that shirt came out.
Oh, when
like,
it
there
came
was a lot
out?
of protests and
Okay.
stuff outside of.
yeah, but it's like if you put an Italian guy. So check this. If
Well,
you
they
put an
did.
Italian guy eating
They
pizza.
did. They did like a
Mario.
They did a Mexican one too.
Yeah.
shit.
Did people make an uproar about that?
Probably.
It's like you can.
I'm just saying, they're like I would be like, let's not do these shirts.
For sure, I would.
You know what I'm saying?
I would
Like,
too.
if
It's
I'm
not like I would
if I'm
buy that.
If I'm a fucking like, if I'm a company that's making a lot of money and shit, it's just like, all right, bro. Like,
It was a bad look, but
as,
I guess I just think, man, if we're gonna say that,
I just
is
don't think
racist
their
at that
their
point now.
their imagery of douchey fucking college frat guys. Like, I think that's okay that they did that.
Sure.
Like, let the douchebags like that shit.
Dude, some of the best brands in the world are founded on exclusivity. Prada, Ferrari.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of that stuff,
mean-
and that stuff's completely exclusive. Like it's the elite class can
Yes.
only buy this.
Yes, no one says anything about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of it's a weird.
Yeah,
double
people got
edge.
pissed because it worked. That's why. People got pissed because it worked
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
and it blew up. So yeah, but watch that documentary. See how you.
Yeah, I did see it, and
Elon.
I wanted to watch it. I think I'm gonna check that out.
Also watch the John Wayne Gacy tapes on Netflix.
Yeah, did I talk about this last episode?
You did.
I briefly brought up the fact.
Yeah.
What did you feel those ties at all? Like, were you like, damn, I didn't know he was like connected to like these secret societies and
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean,
33 murders. Like, come on, motherfucker.
I find it interesting. Like he was part of some like Democratic club, right? And
Yeah.
then, but so was like Jeffrey, not Jeffrey Dahmer's, the other guy, Ted Bundy.
Okay, exactly.
You know, I think he was
Really?
part of some like Republican club.
Sure.
You know?
Either way,
all
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. Well, in those circles, there is no R&D. I think it's, just S my D.
Yeah.
Get on your knees and S my D.
Damn.
Let me show you the power. You know
That's
what
not
I mean?
that's not the right one.
That's not the right one.
No,
'cause
that's the Peacock one.
It's the like
It's the Netflix.
tapes of John Wayne Gacy or
It's
something.
Netflix.
But yeah, it's good though.
It was good.
Yeah, 3-parter, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
I always kind of. I'm glad that they didn't really go into the clown shit. Like they really like skimmed over the clown
Yeah.
shit because like I feel like that's always what's used with him, and like they kind of like
That's why I
they
felt like
kind of showed that like that's not really a big part of.
that's why I felt like it was like a truther documentary when I was watching it. I was like, this is like kind of exposing some shit about John Wayne Gacy that I didn't know. Like I didn't know he was a power player in Chicago and he knew all these like attorneys and shit and like DAs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he-
you thought he was just some dude that, like, you always thought he was just some guy that dressed as a clown
yeah.
for people's parties, and like that really wasn't like a big thing of his. Like it was something that he just kind of did on the side, you know. But that's the imagery we always get of him. But and then like I never really thought like, I mean, I always knew that like they had a bunch of bodies under his floor, but like I didn't know it was like 30.
33.
But I think it was 27 under his house. 27 under his
And
house,
then
and then he had
four
like
more.
4 that he had dumped because he ran out of fucking room. Like
I
that's
thought
a
it was
lot.
20, I thought it was 29.
That's a
but
lot
I
of-
could be wrong.
that's
you
a
look that
lo-
up, Enzo?
That's a lot of bodies. Whatever it is, a lot of bodies to have under a house. You know what I'm saying?
The only reason I'm obsessing over the 33 is because,
Degrees of masonry.
yeah. And also, Charles Manson, I believe, was connected to possibly 33 murders that they didn't
Yeah.
discover.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh,
Yeah, 33 boys.
He confessed to killing 33, and he buried 29 in the crawl space.
29.
I bet you the 29 has some significance too.
But you see, that's wrong
Probably.
though. It wasn't the cross. He didn't bury 29 of them in the crawl space.
Okay, well,
So that's wrong.
okay, well, let's find one that's accurate. Then.
well, he confessed to 33 murders, though?
Because
Yes.
he had bodies all around the house. There was most of them were in the crawl space, but
I
he
think
had some.
27 were in the crawl space, and then a couple were outside of the crawl space.
Yeah, there was one in
too.
his garage and then one along his driveway.
So 29 is what that was.
Yeah.
So it was 27 bodies were in the crawl space, 29 were in the house total, and he confessed to 33 murders. I'm like, and this guy's connected to the Democratic Party. And I'm like, and I just listened to fucking the guy who wrote Chaos. I forgot his name. He was talking about Charles Manson was actually connected to 33 murders, and Charles Manson was tied to the FBI.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, this shit's, and if we go way back
that's a
to
good episode.
if we go way back to the pod, we were talking about the connection of Son of Sam to Charles Manson,
Yes,
and I'm just like, all this shit, and I think
it all connects.
It all connects, man.
It all
This is
connects.
fucking
It's-
True Detective season 1.
Yeah, it is. It's real.
Is the expose of it all.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, there seems to be something more with a lot of these big time
Power players.
power killers, famous power killers in our history than just some random white guys going crazy,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
Like you learn about all
The
this
school
shit like
shootings and stuff too.
yeah, and especially like you dive into fucking like how we dived into the mass shootings. Like a lot of those guys, there's a bunch of them that kind of had connections with like MK Ultra type shit
Yep.
and shit like like with the Charles Manson thing, right? Like they said that if you don't, he's talking about the Sam Tripoli episode, Chaos.
Tom O'Neill. I think his
Tom
name is.
O'Neill, and that's a really good episode because he talks about how like it was like basically Charles Manson got out of prison. Charles Manson was in prison for like a long time, I think like 10 years or some shit.
Yeah.
Right. And then he got out of prison, and he within 3 months of getting out of prison, which he didn't even want to get out of. He didn't want to get out of prison.
No.
Like because that's all he knew. Within 3 years or 3 months of getting out of prison, he started the cult and had like women following him and doing whatever he wanted. And like there's all these connections to these people that were like officially running MK Ultra operations, right, during the 60s, like officially connected to him. Like when he was released out of prison, he wasn't released like under normal probation. He was released to this certain dude that was connected,
A handler.
right? That was connected to the CIA or to the MK Ultra, and then he talks about how like Haight Ashbury in the '60s, in like what was it, '67 was the Summer of Love. Yeah, and like how like there was Haight Ashbury in '67. There was this like famous medical clinic that was like one of like the first free healthcare clinics, right? And like this hippie town, right? And like everybody like it's like, oh, like that's like a movement, man.
Go there and
like
get
it's a
acid.
movement. Like you could go there like and get free healthcare and like get drugs and shit and like but actually what that place was it was a data collection.
In terms of what? What do you mean by
On,
data
like,
collection?
like on like they were out there, the government was basically out there handing out LSD and shit and then taking data when they would come to this
clinics.
clinic,
yeah.
they were like taking data on like, all right, how can it was part of like basically part of CK Ultra or MK Ultra.
Gotcha.
There's only
know.
like a certain percent of people who react to LSD in a way where you can completely manipulate their mind. So
Yeah.
they're taking data on all the different types of people.
how to be able to do that.
Like how they handle, they're taking data on how people handle LSD, right?
Yeah.
And what's crazy is the whole idea behind MK Ultra was how do we get people, how do we brainwash and manipulate and to control somebody using drugs, right? And certain techniques. And the idea is that Charles Manson was part of that, right? Whether he was being the one brainwashed or he became a tool to do it
Both.
on the group, his cult.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is 3 months after he got out of prison, or after like 10 years, within 3 months, he completely did MK Ultra.
How though? Like,
he did
did they
it.
talk about it?
He did exactly what they've been trying to do, which is take a person and completely brainwash them and make them.
Yeah, so they're running all these experiments in the
Yeah.
free health clinic in Haight-Ashbury,
Okay.
and they're giving out massive doses of LSD, government grade LSD, fucking
Right,
the
made in
real
a lab,
deal,
yeah.
the real deal shit, and they're seeing these people who are susceptible to certain types of manipulation, and they send Charles Manson in there to pretty much groom those types of people, to
Yeah.
take those, like literally pick those ones that they
Yeah.
want.
And then basically say, all right, what can we do?
Yeah.
Let's have them do something.
Yeah.
Let's see what they can do. You know,
Why
like,
did they pick him?
Who knows?
We don't know why.
Who
but-
knows?
Gotcha. They
Yeah, who
just
knows?
found a mark or a target, and then they were like, "He's an asset we
he
can
was
use."
Right. He was
Yeah.
prime for them. You know.
Yeah.
And then check this out. So we talked
persuasive.
about how the Unabomber, right? The Unabomber was part of basically MK Ultra studies
In Harvard.
At Harvard,
Get
right?
outta
In like
here,
a
bro.
different way. Like it was a different type of section of it, but that's basically what it was. It was like a brainwashing thing that he was part of, right? And then I found out I watched Black Mass recently,
It's a good show.
right? Johnny Depp about Whitey Bulger.
Okay, no, I was thinking of
Never saw
something
it.
else. But go on.
Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah, I've
Whitey
seen that
Bulger?
too.
Whitey
It's good.
Bulger? I don't
It's
know
good.
who that
It's
is.
pretty good.
You don't know who Whitey Bulger is?
I know of the movie now that I see it, but I don't know who he is.
He
no.
was like the crime boss in
The Irish crime.
he was like an Irish crime boss in Boston from 78 to like 94, 95.
Have you ever seen The
Right.
Departed?
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
pretty much who they based Jack Nicholson's
Gotcha.
character
Okay.
on.
Yeah, like Departed itself is the story
Is it
of
Nicholas? Okay.
Nicholson.
Nicholson.
One of them's a
Nicholson.
golfer. I don't know.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but The Departed is like a retelling of
Whitey Bulger.
this story.
Okay.
They just put it in like more modern time and everything like that. Because basically he was a crime boss, and he had a childhood friend who became an FBI agent, came back into town, and the FBI agent was basically put in front of or in charge of like the Italian mafia that was running around Boston at the time.
Okay.
And he went to Whitey and was like, "Hey, help me and I'll help you. Like, help me, get rid of the Italian mob and I'll help you." And he's like, become an informant, And
Yeah.
Whitey's like, "I ain't no fucking rat, blah, blah, blah." And dude's like, you're not a rat. Like you tell me things and then I'll tell you things,
Yeah.
And so it just became like this real shady relationship. And like the FBI agent would basically like anytime somebody was
Gonna attack
talking
him or something.
or like talk shit about him or
Yeah.
came and told on him, he would like dismiss the person and be like, "Oh, you're fucking crazy," and then go tell Whitey, and then that guy would end up dead,
Yeah.
And then Whitey would tell him stuff about the Italian mob, and he would take it to the boss, It's a really interesting story, and I think it's one of Johnny Depp's best performances.
Okay.
It's not his best movie. I don't think it's his best movie, but it's definitely one of his best performances. Like he's not there. I always say that, like with Heath Ledger's Joker, like the fact that you can't see Heath Ledger anywhere in that movie,
Yeah.
like shows you how good of a job he did.
Yeah.
Right. And the same thing with Johnny Depp here. Like you don't see Johnny Depp.
He transforms.
Like he disappears.
Yeah.
Into this role.
It's a cool movie, though.
Yeah, I think it's a good
Yeah.
movie.
It's long a little bit, but
Also, like how Colin Farrell disappears into the Penguin.
But check it out.
Yeah.
So there's a small mention in this movie. It's like super quick where they talk about he did like 15 years in Alcatraz, right? And they mention this small little mention of he did he was part of LSD experiments done on the prisoners in Alcatraz, and they like really just mention it real quick, and then it's not talked about again, right? So I was like, what the fuck is that? You know, I was like, wait, whoa, what the fuck did he just say?
Yeah.
Like, he was part of some LSD experiment.
Yeah.
So I looked into it, and like during the time he was in Alcatraz, they were doing for reduced time, like the CIA or whatever came in. I think it was CIA.
Yeah. Either or, interchangeable. I believe.
Yeah, it was a 3-letter agency. It came in, and they were doing experiments with inmates, and you could volunteer for it for reduced time. And so he volunteered for that, and like it's said that he was given up to like 50 doses of LSD.
It probably didn't do shit.
But it
to him.
doesn't talk about what went
they
on.
were doing.
Yeah. But just think about that fact though, like, you know, here's this guy, they give him all these doses of LSD and shit, and like.
So exactly. That
Same
ties,
with the Unabomber.
that ties
Same
exactly,
with
into Charles Manson, the
Charles
Unabomber.
Manson, you know. Like this shit's being used, you know. It's like people are like,
was. Who knows
like
what they're using
MK
now?
Ultra is like an official thing. Like it's not conspiracy.
No.
It is not conspiracy.
It's on the History Channel. Look,
Official. It's official, right?
Well, they say it ended.
and they ended in like 75
Yeah.
or 74, right? And it's like you guys fucking think they ended that?
Yeah.
You think they like just stopped doing that shit?
no, that was like a launch pad to something
No
greater.
way, dude.
That was a launch pad to fucking Looking Glass or some
They were
crazy
just like
shit.
they were just like, nah, like we just don't want you guys to fucking know about it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You
So we
know?
just put an end date on the Wikipedia.
Like, that shit's-
and that's
Like if anything, like that, they probably got this shit perfected. I mean, you go into like that guy, the author talks about the not JFK, but his brother, Robert Kennedy being assassinated. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else. But that one's weird too. That one, you look into the Robert Kennedy assassination. That guy apparently was brainwashed too. If you want to look into that shit, like
and John
okay.
F. Kennedy
And
with
he's-
Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's
and,
what I still get into. But I
Jack
accidentally
Ruby.
said with Robert Kennedy, like apparently he says some weird shit about how like he didn't know what he was shooting at, blah blah.
Yeah.
There's some weird shit going on there that really feels like brainwashing. But with Jack Ruby, apparently when Jack Ruby after he shot him on live television, apparently he was like, after they like grabbed him and threw him to the ground. He's like, I'm Jack Ruby. Like why are you arresting me?
Yeah, he was completely confused.
Like didn't
and-
know, he was confused.
Yeah.
And then wasn't the same guy connected to that doctor that I'm pretty sure the guy that Charles Manson was released to out of prison
was
like
connected to Jack Ruby.
Jack Ruby,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like Jack Ruby was like lost his mind. Supposedly like lost his mind while he was in prison, right? Like he went crazy.
If lobotomized his ass,
Right.
probably.
So there's some weird shit going on. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I already said it, but like a lot of the shit going on in our all these tragedies and big things, a lot of them are
They're tied back to
they're not-
the
they're not
U.S.
just-
government crime, the
Yeah.
syndicate.
death cult.
You know what I was wondering is back then in the 70s, did they know it as MK Ultra, or is that something that we know now?
I think that was the actual name of what
The program.
the
was.
program.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that all came
And that's
out.
how they knew about it. It's not like it later on it got released in
Yeah.
documents.
Yeah. So if you're into that shit, listen to that Sam Tripoli episode with that author or
Tom
just
O'Neill.
Tom O'Neill.
He
and-
wrote
or
the
buy
book
his
Chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos is good. I've read that book. It's
Oh,
awesome.
you have?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
It's on Audible.
I was actually looking at it. I think I'm gonna get my Audible back.
It's pretty it's detailed. It's very detailed.
Yeah.
It's very detailed.
Andrew said he's gonna read it, and so
Yeah, it's a
Let's see
good
what he
it's a good
thinks.
listen. It really is. Yeah, because if you also, so he's on Tripoli for sure. Check him out on Tripoli, but he's also on Rogan too. And he did.
Oh, is he on Rogan?
Yeah, he did like 3 hours on Rogan.
Okay.
So, or 2.5 hours or something like that. But I'm pretty sure it was a little bit longer. But Rogan's obsessed with the JFK murders and, and Charles Manson and all that shit. But
pretty
it's all
crazy.
tied in, man. It's all part of the plan. It really is.
Whatever the plan is.
Mind control. And
Psyops.
And yeah, psyops on psyops.
I know.
Controlling movements.
Levels of
Controlling.
it.
We're seeing it right now with BLM. We're seeing it with all this shit. I think Trump, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think all that shit's just a psyop to like split the nation.
The
and
world we
put
know,
fear.
everything's fake, man.
Yeah.
Like it's all like
Everything's fake
the
and
world
gay.
doesn't work how we all think it does. Man, it just doesn't.
No, why would it though? You know, why would we expect them to fully disclose their information? They won't. I mean, that's what power people do.
Yeah.
There's secrets on secrets. I hate that shit. I see that shit in corporate world in my small life. Like I'm like, there's always like people whispering.
Yeah, that's what I hate when people are like, "Oh, how can you think that the world would be like that?" Like what do you mean? Like what
it's
do you
in your
like
face.
how can I believe in conspiracy theories? Like what the fuck do you mean? Like where do you work? Like what is your job? You know, unless you're the owner of your own company or some shit like that. Like if you work for somebody, if you work for a corporation and shit, like what are they talking about in the fucking office?
You don't know, man.
Like what are they talking about?
What?
You ain't fucking gonna know.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna know until something happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're conspiring.
They're
against
conspiring in there.
Yeah. I mean,
for
it's on
sure.
a slightly larger level than a corporation.
I'm just saying
now,
it
but
happens
yeah.
conspiracy is always happening.
It's the same,
Conspiring is
though.
happening throughout. You conspire.
I always talk
Like-
about it on here. Like I'm like, when I talk about work, and once I got a position of authority, I started to think less of people under me.
Yeah.
And well, it happens. I mean, it's natural almost. Like you start to like I'm not necessarily thinking them on a personal level as I am a professional level. So I'm like I'm taking their humanity out of it. Like I don't really care too much about what their personal lives lead. I'm worried about their
we
performance.
can't ever give Jim money. Don't ever give this man money.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe not a good idea.
Be like, Enzo, step it up.
Yeah,
I want 5 searches per minute.
I want the right searches, motherfucker.
Yeah, like when you called in that one time, bro. Like me and Jim were in here conspiring against you.
I heard it,
You
bro.
know?
It was live.
We just put it out in the open.
I heard it.
You know,
I heard it. Good
But
thing
it's-
that
it's just-
yeah.
like conspiracy is just like it happens all the time.
And it's
You know?
and it's funny when people like they pick and choose the ones that they want to believe in. And it's like, yeah, they'll be like, yeah, Epstein didn't kill himself.
No.
And then
They
they'll-
pick and choose,
And you're
dude.
like, I don't know, dude. Fucking Tom Hanks might be a pedophile. They're like, what? Are you crazy? Woody? Like,
Yeah.
Woody?
Like, you're
well-
a fucking idiot.
I'm like, well,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know. Well, do you
How
remember?
could you believe something so stupid or so
Yeah.
terrible?
Remember the millionaire fucking dude taking billionaires to islands to fuck kids? Who were the kids? Who were the people he was taking to the islands?
Yeah.
Like, why is Ellen's set look like his island? Like, come
Yeah.
on, motherfuckers! Like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So you believed in it, and
What
now
if
you
that
just
in
don't.
itself is a psyop, dude? You know, like his island and this imagery, all this shit. Like,
Who knows? It
Like,
could
why?
be,
Yeah,
man.
why do we have it? Why is it all out here?
like
I
what
think
is this, bro?
It's fucking paradise, bro. Yeah, you ever seen the Ellen set?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I'll look it up right now.
It's all good. We played it on here. A
the
million
Disney castle?
And the
times. The Disney castle. Yeah, the OG Disney castle. It's all connected.
Are we
people.
done with pop culture then?
It's all a play.
Did you have any?
I just want to talk about Ozarks, but what else? The Tripoli thing for sure. I want to talk about Tom O'Neill, so I'm glad we hit on that. Still wanted to bring up Chaos.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
I thought they said it's free somewhere. I thought they were saying because that's what I was gonna look for, the free version of it.
I watched a movie about a school shooting. It's called oh man, now I'm not gonna fucking remember the name of the movie. Damn, it's about look up a school shooting movie. I think it's
There's a few of them. Elephant?
no, it's not Elephant.
Netflix, HBO, new.
Just
I didn't like
search
Elephant.
it.
I don't like that dude. What's his name? That filmmaker who a lot of pretentious people like jerk off to.
Who's that?
The guy that did Elephant.
Is that the dude who did Gummo and shit?
Van Saint something.
I'm looking it up.
Are you just looking up?
Look up his movie, Enzo. Find his movie. I'll find out.
What's it called?
I just can't. I'm just having a brain fart.
Directed by Gus Van Sant.
Gus Van Sant. Yeah, I'm not into that dude.
I don't know who he is, but I'm trying to
He-
think. Will you
he
look
did-
up this fucking
Dude, I did, but school shooting movie. Can you tell me what platform
He did
you
Last
saw it
Days.
on? Netflix.
No, man, just look 20 best school shooting movies. I'll figure it out.
All right, here we go.
Don't IMDb it. There's
Zero
gonna be-
Day,
That's
Elephant,
Columbine one.
Bang Bang, You're Dead.
Yeah, right there. We need to talk about Kevin. See how easy that was?
Oh, I've seen that. That's
You've
with
seen that,
Ezra
yeah.
Miller.
Ezra Miller's in it.
That was like his first one.
It's
Yeah, it's interesting.
it's interesting, but it's kind of a letdown. Like I was watching it, and I don't know, the fact that he used the bow and arrow really pissed me off. Really pissed me off.
I felt the same way, man.
I was like, did they write this script with an AR and then change it to bow and arrow because like
to
they
like tight and loosen it. Or
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No, I felt the same way when
Yeah.
he used the bow and arrow. I was like, what?
So it's a really cool movie. It's got the chick who's in a bunch of cool shit too. Let's talk about Kevin. It's like film
Go down.
cool, and
Cast.
yeah, what's that chick's name?
Tilda
Tilda
Swinton.
Swinton.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton.
She's in Avengers.
She's in Avengers. Yeah, but I was fucking watching this movie, and I'm just waiting. You know, it's one of those movies 2 hours long or something, and I'm watching it before work.
John C.
Riley's in
Yeah,
it. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, it's about to bang. Like,
Yeah.
and it does. It's really cool inside look on like the idea of what builds a school shooter and how it's kind of there when he was a baby. They kind of show it like his like sociopathness was there when he was a baby. But then his dad gets him a target. He's learning how to use a fucking arrow on the target. I'm like, oh, dude, this guy's about to get into fucking some guns.
Yeah.
And they're going to use the gun, which they should have done if they really wanted to play the scare tactic. They should have really used guns. I don't know why they didn't. And then it ruins the movie because
Why?
at the end, he goes and does the school shooting with a fucking bow and arrow. And he like
Yes.
picks off people in the gym with a bow and arrow.
Like a hunting bow?
Yeah. And I'm talking, you could,
Still pretty
dude, the
fucking badass,
offense,
bro.
The offensive line would have ran up on that fool.
It was
that
it
football
was seen
team.
or it was filmed badly. He didn't have a higher.
They don't show him doing it really per se. They really kind of hide that whole idea.
Okay.
But the bow, I mean, it was unbelievable. Do you agree with
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
unbelievable. I'm like, this guy's like
Like it's gonna be hard to do. It'd be hard to commit
a mass shooting with a bow and arrow. It's funny.
mass
It sounds
shooting.
funny. Like what do you,
I don't
unless
know,
he's
bro.
like a Comanche.
What if
Like,
he's
is
been
he
training his whole life,
is he-
dude?
is he fucking
Is he a
not?
Comanche?
He's
Yeah,
not.
I don't know.
Yeah, you put like some fucking like
A kid like-
a seal in there or some shit.
Not a seal, but like a kid who's been
Whatever.
hunting all his fucking
Nah,
life as a
no.
Dude,
like
hunting.
No.
You're solo. You're one on one.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the woods and you're stalking your prey and you're
Hey, bro,
becoming invincible.
Some guys
This
are hard
guy-
though, out in the fucking. You know what I'm saying? Is that what this kid is in the movie? I never saw it.
No, he just does target practice.
I don't.
That's
I
good.
think even with a hunter, it'd be very hard.
100%. I'm
think
talking
so?
Yes.
I don't know,
to
man.
do a mass shooting with a bow and arrow. With a
I don't know, dude. I never got shot with a fucking compound bow. I don't know what it's like. I never shot an animal.
It's a
with it.
recurve. It's a recurve. It's like not even. It's not
Because
even.
once
a
that
compound
first
bow.
one shot, dude, like
People
yeah,
would scream and run, probably.
yeah,
You know,
or someone's gonna tackle your ass.
or that.
Yeah, someone's gonna be like, dude, it's the fucking weirdo
It's a
up
bow and
it's-
arrow.
It's the weirdo up there, fucking picking everyone off with a bow and arrow. Let's get him.
Possibly, yeah.
Like I don't know. It was just.
So it was cheesy. It didn't work.
It wasn't cheesy. The movie's not cheesy. It's very serious. It's well acted. It shows the demise of the mother after it happens, and it's really heavy actually. And
You put like you're saying, you put some, like I don't think a hunter,
Maybe not a kid.
but
Yeah,
you put somebody like trained.
with a bow and arrow, like the
Like a bow and
Punisher.
look
Like,
up
you put
rapid
up-
fire bow and arrow shots.
You put somebody that's trained to do that shit.
the Comanches, bro.
Yeah, like something like that,
Yeah.
like someone like that. Sure, no doubt.
I didn't see the
But
movie.
like a high school kid, nah, I ain't.
That ain't happening. Rapid fire bow and arrow.
Yeah, I mean, like, how fast are you gonna get these things out?
Bro,
of the-
I
Oh,
don't
those
know.
get like people that are doing that shit can do it.
Let's look at this.
Well,
one.
they
Like
should've
people
shown-
that are training their whole life for this shit for sure can.
Well, I don't.
We're about to
know.
watch. I just want to see it. Maybe this kid was really good with the bow.
I know, dude.
I want to see if this is like a possible, like, because if somebody's fucking letting off 7 or 8 of those things at a time, you know, boom, 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 then we are talking. There could be some damage
All right.
for sure.
The Danish archer
Here, I don't need to hear it.
is trying to reinvent.
Just go to the good stuff.
Like that. Yeah, that guy ain't doing it.
Hold on.
Oh, he got 2 shots
Yeah,
off
he got
on
2
that
shots.
dude.
I want to see
on
like
that. So yeah, that
should
guy,
we watch this
that
guy
guy's
or a
putting
different
some
guy?
people
This
down.
is the guy I'm talking about, actually, because he's
This guy's putting some people down.
he's fucking with
Nah, I need to see like reloads.
he does rapid fire. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but rapid fire.
Dude, all right, here, hold up.
I need to
like fast shooting. This one.
Yeah, I need like rapid reloads. Yeah,
you might be screwed actually.
yeah, like she's putting people down.
Yeah, you got 20 of those things in there, and you're fucking good with it.
That was all right. Let's look at like.
Was he an archer though?
Yeah, he was an archer.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Was he
But
like state
still.
champion?
What
But-
is this? A video game?
No, he just trained in his bed. I don't know. He was pretty good. They do show that he's pretty good, but I think the moral of the story is we already had to do some research to see if this was going to be possible. and the fact of the matter is they should have just made him shoot up the school with a gun like everyone else.
Like everyone else.
like you know what I mean though? Because it was a good movie. It was a good movie.
Who the fuck does this kid think he is?
Fucking Robin Hood
If I'm in a
school
fucking
shooter.
mass shooting, if I'm part of a mass shooting that's got involvement
Bow
of
and
bow and arrow, I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are?
That's hilarious.
Like,
Fucking Robin Hood.
you asshole.
No, it's. I mean, after watching that chick throw up, I mean, she was laying out. You know, if you're in a school assembly,
She just put down like 7
Yeah.
people right there in
Yeah.
like 20 seconds.
Well, then if that's the case, then be graphic with the bow and arrow scene.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Like,
just weak. It just,
yeah.
it just feel weak, bro.
Make
Yeah.
it seem like it.
Yeah, sure. Like, show me some Comanche fucking archery. I want to
Yes.
see that shit. Like, I want to see them fucking popping off. On
Maybe
it.
that's what they're doing though. They were kind of showing they're trying to make people like us be like, nah, bro, like you can do this with a bow.
Dude, I just was thinking about Josh Spellman this whole time because you know how he's like all into hunting and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know if he bow hunts. He probably bow hunts.
I got some cousins that are bow hunters.
My uncle's
Yeah.
my uncle's extremely proficient with the recurve, like a handmade. He makes his own recurves. I think bow and arrow is the most important skill. I think having that skill is gnarly because you don't lose your ammo, you don't run out of ammo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, so I guess what we're getting at is you have like yes, it's possible with a bow and arrow, but you have to be skilled with it.
yeah.
Like
and
you can't like it can't just be some like you can't just
Random
be some
kid.
dude like I'm gonna shoot like I'm gonna commit a mass murder and then like what am I gonna use? I'm gonna use a bow and arrow
Like,
and
if
then
you
like
shot a bow and arrow
order that
twice.
shit and then yeah
No,
take
this
that
person's
somewhere.
got to be like an
they
expert.
don't. And then to give the movie, let's talk about Kevin some credit. They do show him
being skilled.
being skilled in bow and arrow. I just thought it was kind of lame that that was what he did. Like that's how I was hoping the whole fucking time. I'm just like, I hope he doesn't fucking use the bow and arrow because they're showing him use like practice with it.
Practice with
Like,
it, yeah.
is he gonna like start getting into
ARs.
ARs and like just? I thought they were using it as a target practice. Like the idea that he was obsessed with target practicing,
Okay.
and then he made that. He manifested that into his school shooting, like,
Yeah.
but they just
Nah, he used the bow.
stuck with the bow. Maybe
Stuck with what he knew, man.
I'm not gonna watch that movie again, but I wish I could watch it now, seeing that chick let off 7 of those things, because I might feel different about it. So
Did you show that on the?
Yeah,
you put that
yeah.
on the YouTube.
you'll check that. I'll clip that up too. That part.
Doesn't the Punisher use a bow? That's what I keep thinking of.
That's different though.
That's a different thing, obviously, but
Yeah.
that's what I was.
Does the Punisher strictly use a bow?
No,
No,
he
there's
used
scenes,
guns,
right?
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
fucking
some
anything.
scenes where he like.
Yeah, that would have been hey,
Fucking
They
awesome.
should if he wanted to start it off with the bow because that was his shit.
Yeah.
That would have been sick. But then he pulls out the Uzis and he's the
Who?
guy
Punisher.
Kevin.
He uses Uzis?
No, I'm saying if he would have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was started, he got 2 fucking twin Glocks and then finishes it like every other school shooter. Like, come on, motherfucker.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Strictly bow.
Strictly bow in that bitch.
And then they show people coming out, like, and they're like, oh, they have a bow in them. And it's just like, I'm just like, this shit looks weak.
You know,
Like,
look up mass shooting with bow.
Yeah, see if this has happened.
Mass shooting, bow and arrow assailant kills several.
What if it's like the most proficient way to do it?
Oh, that's that Norway dude.
There's one from Norway. Yeah,
No, I'm thinking of the camp one. This is different.
Norwegian
Killed
capital.
several.
Yeah,
I got a pee, boys.
Yeah, this dude was probably sick with it though.
yeah, he probably was.
Yeah, I stand by what I said.
Yeah,
Like normal, like regular
a kid
kids,
is unless
like,
he's very rare.
yeah, like unless you're skilled, like you ain't getting shit done. If you sick with it.
It's like a one in.
That's why. But see, I said hunter, like no to a hunter because it was like I don't know, like when I think hunter, I think like patience, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like patient, like a hunter's like more trained with like being patient with the bow.
Yeah,
Rather
but
than
I don't
like,
even know how to
rapid
shoot
fire.
it.
So, but I could be wrong with that because I don't hunt. So
I don't. I'm guessing your average hunter probably isn't rapid firing, but I mean, I don't even know how to shoot a bow really. So for me, I was just thinking if you shoot and can kill a deer, at several hundred yards, I don't know. Several hundred, that seems too far. Maybe like 100 yards. I don't really know. Are you calling someone?
What are you calling? You don't know?
I don't know.
Put it on speaker.
Oh, are you calling Josh?
I'm trying to call Josh.
Oh, dude, fucking RIP Yukon, dude.
Oh yeah.
RIP Yukon. Josh's dog passed away.
That sucks.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
But if you guys don't know who Josh is, listen to a couple episodes back. He's been on a few. Oh, there
He,
goes,
he might call us back.
Yeah, it'd be dope. I actually hit him up the day that Yukon did pass away, and he didn't answer. But I called him to be on the show. I think it was last week.
Oh okay.
Or called him to be on the show this week, but I didn't know Yukon had passed. Yukon's Josh's dog, big husky, fucking good dog. Actually, he was a really bad dog at first, to be 100% honest.
That dog was crazy.
That dog was
man.
crazy, and that was the best part of him.
Just run.
I got to fucking watch him so many times when he was a puppy, and you'd be so scared that he would get out, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember
man.
that.
He got out a few times
He got
on me.
he got in trouble.
He got like in trouble with the law. He was an outlaw. Yukon was an outlaw, man.
Yeah.
He was Josh's dog for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
Yeah, they fit.
were.
I hope it'll be cool. Maybe he'll call us back.
What were you calling him
I'm gonna
about?
ask him what he could do with a bow.
Oh, he probably. I mean, if I just know him, he's gonna be.
Yeah, he's gonna get real
Yeah,
cocky.
he's gonna get real cocky.
But all right.
So yeah, so you know what? After all of the discussion with let's talk about Kevin or whatever the fucking movie was, it's a decent movie. You should check it out. And maybe after hearing this, you might actually appreciate it more than I did the first time I watched it. But I just thought it was ridiculous that he did it with a bow. But it turns out that this can happen. So also watch out. Be scared of bow. See, another thing, they make you scared of the bow and arrow man. That's what they should do, because the bow and arrow man is a man who's out there providing for his family, and you know what I mean. Like they should they should have bow laws.
I mean, that's a 1 in a million person that trains like that to know. But think about it, if you start shooting a bow when you're 8 years old, by the
School
time
shooters
you're
are 1 in a million.
for
but
sure,
we all fear
for sure,
them.
1
You
in a
know what I
million.
mean?
Yeah,
It's 1 in a million. It's
Yep.
fucking a mass shooter's a 1 in a million.
1 in a
Unless you
million.
live in an inner city, and then it happens all the time.
Yeah,
but-
that's crazy. True,
It's
that is true.
Yeah. But in the burbs
1 in a
and
million.
in life, I don't know. I don't know if I just sounded racist right there. I'm talking about something else.
I know you're just like going on, like, trailing off, spreading on.
Well, real quick, I wanted to jump into Secret Hideout Sports for a second.
We don't have a button for that, anyways.
Yeah,
so
so-
this can just fall into random shit.
So NHL playoffs have started.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna watch some of those. There's some
Yeah.
good
Good matchups.
good matchups happening.
right now.
But
Dude,
with-
Penguins and Rangers in OT third period or OT 3-3.
Yeah, I think Maple Leafs, I think, smoked the Lightning
5-0.
5-0. They're gonna choke, bro.
I
Who, the
agree.
Leafs?
The
Yeah.
Leafs, dude, they just cannot do it.
You know, a Canadian team hasn't won a cup in like fucking 25 years or something stupid like that.
I thought it was Toronto.
Since Bettman took over the NHL,
I didn't know that.
there's like a conspiracy there.
Oh, you mean you're saying all Canadian, like no Canadian team?
No Canadian team has
Oh.
won
Really?
the Stanley Cup since Bettman took over as league commissioner. And there's some
Is he Canadian?
no,
Okay.
he doesn't like the Canadians. I think he wants to keep the market in the U.S. because it's a more
More money.
lucrative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a
Conspiracy there.
Yeah.
Huh? That's interesting. I wanted to talk about the Red Wings. I mean, their season's over. But some big news came out.
yeah. We posted it on Secret Hideout, so if you follow us on Instagram, you saw that shit.
Yeah. Steve Eisenman fired
Blashill.
Jeff Blashill, the head coach, and two other the
Soleco.
assistant coach and the goalie coach.
Yeah, he's starting over.
You know.
He's keeping, I noticed, Alex Tangay, though, because he brought in Alex Tangay. Anyone from Ken Holland's tenure is just gone, it seems like.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So like we got we had we're not in the playoffs, and it was like, you know, it's like a shitty season, but I mean it was better than expected, I think. But still shitty season. But we got a lot, as Red Wings fans, you got a lot to look forward to. You know, like we got things happening with the draft. Some big things are gonna happen with the draft. We got a lot of young guys going to be coming up.
There's some big
You know,
Swedes.
Yeah, some good guys coming up, and now we got get to be excited for who's gonna be the new head coach.
Yeah.
You know, and there's people are already listing off people, and I saw Larry Onoff in there. People were like, "Oh, Larry Onoff,"
bro.
which is interesting.
He
I-
works out
awesome.
of Troy all the time.
I just never I would have never thought of that. Larry Onoff. So I heard somebody say Fedorov.
Dude, that would be
I don't think
amazing.
so.
I'd buy a jersey.
It might. You never know.
Day
dude.
one,
Hey,
I'd buy it.
it's new management, bro.
Is Fedorov still playing in the league?
Who played
No,
with Fedorov?
Fedorov
They're
is
in,
a general manager in the KHL.
But is he playing on that team? He's the general manager.
He's a general
for?
manager. He's not playing
He
anymore.
was.
He was,
a
but he's
year
not
ago
anymore.
or 2 years ago.
Maybe he is. Let me look.
He was rostered and the general manager of the team.
Let's see.
I don't know if he still is. See if he's active still.
He's not coaching. I thought he was coaching someone. I thought he was coaching a KHL.
I know he.
Post-playing career. Here we go. On November 9th, 2015, Hockey Hall of Fame, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. He's currently serves as the general manager of CSKA Moscow.
He coached though, right? Didn't he
did,
coach?
I think.
I swore I thought he was rostered on the team that he managed.
That's Yager.
Was it
I
Yager?
think it's Yager, yeah.
Post playing. Right there. That's.
He played for CSKA Moscow in the 2013 Spengler Cup. So he did play for them, and then he became the general manager, I guess.
Okay.
So he doesn't have any coaching experience.
I don't think he's going to be a coach.
I don't think so either. But maybe he'll be something else.
Stevie's
Scout.
going to bring a winner in.
Dude, I hope he brings Larry
Stevie's going to
Onoff.
bring a winner in.
Oh, yeah.
Is Larionov? I know Larionov works with the kids at Troy. He works with a lot of the Swedes. I swear to God, I seen one of those guys at the rink at a drop-in. He was working in Larionov's camp. I don't know if it was Raymond or Mo. It was one of those guys from Europe. I remember a big old 16-year-old that was fucking nasty with it. And he played overseas. Pretty sure he played for the Swedish team. This was probably
That wouldn't have been.
it's probably 4 years ago.
That would have been Cider.
How?
Cider's
Yeah?
German.
He's German.
Yeah, but he played for the Swedish team.
He did.
He played in
play.
the Swedish league.
Did
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of those guys work with Larionov if they're prospects for the Red Wings. So
Yeah.
maybe Larionov is a good idea, though. If
They
he's-
say he's
if he's-
very,
Oh yeah, he's
brain.
the fucking he's like the mayor out in Russia.
Yeah.
Are they gonna bring a Russian in with all the
Probably
shit here?
not. I know,
No,
yeah, exactly.
Because he's like Hitler
Could you
now.
imagine, dude?
Yeah.
If maybe
Oh,
I
so
saw.
it can't be fair.
Dude, did we talk
can't be
about on
federal.
here how CCM like pulled all the Russians from?
I don't think we did talk about that.
So CCM,
Yeah.
fucking, I boycotted that
That's
band,
so
that brand
stupid.
now, but they pulled.
Yeah, I'm rocking them right now.
I know you are, but they pulled all of the Russian players' ads during the whole Ukraine Russia at the height of it.
That's
couple weeks
racist.
ago.
That's fucking blatantly racist.
That's blatantly racist.
Are they still doing it though?
I don't know if they're still doing it. The fact of the matter is they did it.
They
and
did
it was
it.
a fucking. It was mainstream news in the hockey.
They
world.
put out a fucking statement.
Yeah.
About it, like
Yeah.
doing it, like this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
Like,
we
yeah,
won't-
like what?
It says, "We are very sad to
What?
witness, like the rest of the world, what is happening in Ukraine." CCM chief executive something something told TSN, "Although Mr. Ovechkin is not responsible for the Russian government's actions, we took the decision to not use him or any Russian player on any global CCM communication at this point."
That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Well,
That's
you know,
fucked up.
fucking what's his name? Our
That's
old
fucked
goalie,
up,
They should be canceled.
Hasek was all like, dude, what did he say? Hasek said that they should either be kicked out of the league or they should have to pay some type of fine.
That's bullshit too.
Is he from Ukraine?
Yeah,
Is he?
Is he Ukrainian?
pretty sure.
I thought he was Russian. He said that though.
Yeah, he's said some nasty shit. He's been like openly like nasty about.
Well, he's from over there.
No,
Somewhere.
I
wait,
don't
wait.
care. Like
Czech.
Czech. Yeah, I was gonna
Czech,
say. I
dude.
thought he was
Okay.
Czech.
All right.
No, I mean I'm not saying that justifies him being.
Yeah, look up his
that's
quotes. Look up
ridiculous.
Hasek Russian quotes.
That's fucked up.
Like he was saying some fucked up shit. Like they either can't play or they should be like fined double or like all their proceeds all their earnings should go to Ukraine or some shit.
Yeah.
Like some fucked shit, man.
Called him chicken shit Ovechkin, dude.
Some fucked shit. Find the quote.
Fox News.
He like tweeted. He's been tweeting it. I fucking hated Hasek, bro. I fucking hated Hasek. I was into goalies. I liked goalies back in the day.
Wasn't he a fun goalie to watch though?
Nah,
This is what he
I mean,
said.
if you into that style, I never
His
liked
style
him.
sucked, dude.
Yeah,
Wasn't
he was
like
floppy.
real floppy.
He's
Yeah,
floppy.
yeah.
I hated it.
Dove all over the place.
Like you always like. I'm not saying it didn't work.
No,
but
just
they,
it's
ugly.
They would
it was just-
score
yeah.
like stupid goals on him because of
Yeah,
it. Though.
Yeah.
It was
They'd
ugly
be like,
stuff.
"Why
It
the
was
fuck
ugly.
did you do that?"
You
Like,
know?
you
I
didn't
used to
need
love
do
like
that.
Belfour and fucking.
Wow.
Dude, I had Belfour goalie pads, street hockey pads. They were so good. They were like
You
the
should have been a
best.
goalie.
I should have been a goalie.
Yeah.
I really should have.
I'd do well as a goalie too. I know I would.
This is the tweet.
I
right
like
here.
blocking shots. I like.
Yeah.
I see that area. I like a defensive part of the game. They say you should be a good skater.
That,
I'm
I don't
pretty
think that
good
was like a
skater.
thing though. Like back when we were young, like the fact that you were like tall and shit. I don't think that was really
no,
a thing back
You were
then.
supposed to be smaller and
like, yeah,
more agile. It was starting to be towards the end of when I was playing hockey, but you were mostly seeing goalies that were just kind of average.
I
height.
think they're starting to talk about that not being the thing anymore. If I'm not
What,
mistaken,
size?
yeah. Like I think I saw something about how they're starting to talk about how, and when I say they, I have no idea who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, you do.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
do.
do.
Oh yeah, you do.
Scouts.
The days of the hockey
Hockey
and the
scouts.
NHL, like yeah, like something about like they're starting to find maybe like tall and big isn't the key.
I don't know how it wouldn't be.
I don't know either. Look
Probably
that up.
because it's a sweet
Oh wait,
spot
hold on.
between like
So
size
okay, so
and
this is the
athleticism, you know
Dominic
what I mean?
Hasek fucking tweet.
Whoa.
The NHL must immediately now this was in February. The NHL must immediately suspend contracts for all Russian players. Every athlete represents not only himself. No, this is
And
there's-
it's
this
under
isn't-
because says I also want to write. I'm sorry for the Russian athletes who condemn Putin and his Russian aggression. However, at this moment, I also condemn or consider their exclusion a necessity.
There's another one where he talks about what they like. There's like an option, like I said, like their proceeds, all their earnings should go somewhere else. Or some
Okay,
shit.
we found it.
But anyways, no, it's all right. It's out there. Look up the goalie thing. Like type in like NHL to not use tall goalies.
I couldn't imagine
I
why.
don't understand. Yeah, like
'Cause
it
it's
doesn't
probably a sweet spot between its size
Because-
and athleticism.
because maybe like
Like there's a certain height where it's like you're 6'4" and you're really athletic, but if you're like 6'6" and you don't have that level of a same athleticism, the position can't be played as well. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
saying?
I imagine a limit to the height. Like, I think that after you're over 6'5", then you might lose some dexterity, I guess.
Compared to a goalie who's like 6'3", 6'2".
Yeah, which is still tall.
So tall.
or I could just be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because if you think about a goalie, the bigger he is, and they're playing on the ground
Here you
most
go.
of the time.
No, does goalie size matter?
No, that goalies are too big now.
Atlantic.
Might be it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd imagine there being a sweet spot, though. I can understand
6'2",
that. Like
6'3".
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Where if you're getting over 6'4", then you might be. I don't know why though. I don't know why that would, because you think about it, you'd just be bigger. It would just be bigger.
Maybe you're moving slower,
Oh, here you go.
True. I mean,
but you wouldn't have to move.
you don't have to
far.
move as much. Yeah. And your legs, the wingspan of your legs,
I don't know
in
if
a butterfly.
let the
Oh, here you go. Because the game is changing, is what they're saying in the Atlantic here. It's like stories about goalies and their equipment and how they've learned to use it. It's evolved slowly, blah, blah, blah. The less urgent tone of practice offers goalies little preparation for the jamming, bumping scrum of goal mouth action. The real and ongoing story is how goals are scored in today's NHL and how teams have to play to score them. Let's see.
That didn't tell me anything.
No.
I think they're saying like the fact of like the skirmishes in front of the net, like maybe a bigger guy isn't as proficient as somebody who's smaller and right there.
You just go if you want to find the summary. You go down to the very bottom of an article, and there should be like a sum up.
I just can't
NHL's
imagine.
nets have gotten smaller because the goalies are bigger, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know why they would want
Got smaller because we'll bigger wrist.
They're trying to increase the goals scored, maybe?
to. That's what I was just thinking. I was like, is it because they want more goals scored? Because people
That could definitely be it.
I'd get that because I know NHL people who don't. So people who aren't into hockey, like Rachel, she's not into hockey, and watching hockey with her, she's starting to get into it more because I've taken her to some Wings games, like in some badass seats, and she sees the game different then.
Yeah.
But when they watch hockey, it's almost just like they have no idea what the fuck's going on. So like if you're not a hockey fan, you watch hockey, you don't get. It's not like easy like man goes to end, scores point
yeah.
in football, or soccer, you kick ball in goal and that's it. In hockey there's a lot of weird rules. There's like, she's like, why is there a whistle there? Why is there a whistle here? Why did they stop play?
I think football is kind of like that.
Why can't you?
I think football's confusing.
Is it though? I mean, you got 4 down. You get one team has to get from end to end.
Yeah.
The penalties you're saying in stoppage of play.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
understand that. Yeah, for sure it is. But hockey's real fat. Football's slow. So
Yeah.
it's slow. So they explain it. They show you the replay of why it happened.
Yeah.
In hockey, it's like boom, boom, boom. What the hell happened? They just went off sides and
Yeah.
they blew a whistle.
Now
What the
they're
hell is
fighting.
off sides? Yeah, now they're fighting. What do you mean? This guy slashes him in the leg with his stick. No penalty called. He slashes him in the stick with the stick. A penalty called. Why is that a penalty? Why is this not a penalty?
Yeah.
There's a lot of intricate rules into hockey, which makes hockey cool because it's kind of exclusive. So to kind of
Yeah.
run back on that is like if you have to understand the rules, you have to grow up with the game, you have to have a successful team in your area to really love hockey.
Oh, I see what they're saying in this. Basically, like the pros goalies are so big that their styles adapt to their body type. Like Vasilevsky, his style has adapted to his huge ass body, and it's to the point where younger goalies, because they're small, they're not able to like the proper techniques. For example, is like kind of what it's saying in here. Their bodies don't work the same way like pro goalie like Vasilevsky's body work. It's kind of like what they're talking about in here.
Huh, I don't know. You kind of fucking lost me right there. What do you mean? So why would they go with
says
the
So like
smaller
good
goalie?
like someone like Osgood's technique was like it's like good form. Is that what you're trying to say?
know.
Like
It's like
he's able to do like like classic good form goalie techniques, and these guys are so big that their form's kind of off.
I think they stay
that
on
what
the
you're saying? I
ground
don't know.
more.
It
Maybe.
says, it's like, okay, here we go. Okay, NHL. This is a long like read, and it's kind of. Do you want me to go into it all?
No.
Okay.
Could you sum it?
It just says that's what I thought I was doing. As Vasilevsky's bodies went down and butterfly at bottom of his torso, pad hit up against his pants, forcing it to offer pillowy cushion. Blah 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 blah. And then it says down here like.
Is that a bad thing?
For youth goalies, this strategy doesn't entirely work. They're too small. Their wall is too small. Of course, opposing shooters of any age will try
That's
to come up with their own
That's
answers.
youth goalies. That's not saying short goalies.
So we don't know if this is true.
Yeah, we don't know.
The result, the game, one that allows for speed and grace, one that has so much open ice, and is now utterly. I don't know. This is a long, like, in-depth article. You got to read it,
It's on the Atlantic. I don't
Yeah.
think it even touches about the point that we're making. Though.
dude. I'm surprised it hasn't been talking about some kind of trans or like some sort
Did
of
you
thing
want
on
to?
there.
Did you want to talk about the skateboarding post that you sent me, Jake? Talk about that guy?
No,
No.
no.
You
I
feel-
did want to talk about. I just saw that Nigel Houston was
at the Met Gala.
at the Met Gala.
He was went last year too. Did you
Yeah.
notice the Met Gala is a lot brighter this year?
I don't know anything. No,
So
I don't follow.
if you've
the-
seen like any pictures or
Yeah.
whatever, it seemed like last year everyone was blowing the Met Gala up, being like, "Dude, look at everything! Everyone's wearing fucking Satan outfits. Everyone's wearing Satan costumes." You know, like it was really obvious that these people were, you know, practicing occult magic and stuff by their outfits. But this year it was a lot lighter and still occulty, as you can see, but it was like more pastels and I remember look up 2021's Met Gala outfits, best outfits or whatever, and shit was fucking weird. Like the Kardashians were in like these fucking wild dark outfits, or Kim Kardashian came with like her face blacked out. But this year what I've seen of it is mostly brighter pastel-y things. Why don't you want to talk about the guy in the skate thing? You think it's too touchy?
yeah,
So I had here, fuck it, I'll talk
Jim's
about
like, I want to talk about
it.
it.
Yeah, because it's
Okay, here, look at this. Like, that's how Kim Kardashian.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at this, Jake. Last year, this was like what the Met Gala looked like last year.
yeah.
And then this year it was like everyone's wearing like, I don't know if you saw Nigel, he was in like a pastel blue. Everyone seemed to be like, I don't know if it was maybe a black and white themed party or something last year, probably, but I don't know.
It just felt weird. Like it just felt like
what, the Nigel's there?
yeah,
Well, he's in, bro.
yeah. I know. It's
What do you
just like
mean? He's probably in
yeah.
for sure. For sure, he's in. He's untouchable. The dude's like has like 20 blonde 17-year-olds around him all the time, and no one says anything. Like, you know, he's in it. But Jake sent me a video of pro skater, he's a pro skater, and he's trans.
She
Well, she's trans.
fucking
I'm
tramp.
sorry. And, you know, we were looking at his clips or her clips or whatever, and we were talking, like, was the attention because he's trans? And I'm like, yeah, obviously it is. I mean, he's sick. He's really good at skateboarding, but it's like, there's no way he would get that much attention if he wasn't trans.
Yeah.
He just would be a pretty good skateboarder that you'd see anywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking. I was asking like, hey, you know, I'm not hip to, you know, what's hip in skating these days, like what's considered like shredding these days. You know, because like things like that change. Like in the
Well, and
rollerblade
it's
world, like
like-
in 2005, like, you know, in the rollerblading world, it was like people were like fucking hitting like bangers, like huge shit.
Yeah.
You know, like hitting huge fucking gaps and shit like that, and like all those guys like blew out their fucking knees and ankles and shit. You know, and so
Yeah.
like the rollerblading game now is more chilled out shit. You know, like
Yeah.
that's what's cool now, is like more chilled out shit that doesn't look like, when you look at it, it doesn't look as like you might be like, oh, they're not shredding. You
No,
know,
yeah.
it's like more artistic and everything.
Well, that's skateboarding
So-
is the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
But I don't know who. I'm not into that style of skateboarding. That's not what I know. I know fucking 2000,
Jump down
2000
big
to
rails and
2008 like type
Yeah.
skateboarding. So like I was wondering, like, all right, does this person? They seem to be very, very popular and very big,
Thousands and thousands of views,
hundreds of
and-
thousands
yeah.
of followers.
Yeah.
Does their skating strictly warrant that?
And I don't think it does. I think that the person is
You
getting
know.
attention because the person
Or is it
trans.
because they're trans?
So
Yeah.
and this is a thing in skateboarding. I don't know if you know the story of Leo Baker, who was
Who's Leo Baker?
Leo. Look up Leo Baker real quick. Leo Baker was, I can't think of what her girl name was, but she was a girl, and now she's a boy. She like did the whole Ellen Page thing.
Formerly Lacey Baker.
Lacey Baker I don't know if whatever a dead name, but she used to call herself that, so I don't give a fuck. Whatever. So that's a big one. She was pro girl, really good, really really good skateboarder, talented skateboarder. Probably wouldn't hack it had he came up as a boy skateboarder though. Wouldn't have made it into pro skateboarding, just because he doesn't.
Okay,
yeah.
because women skaters aren't as good as male skaters.
Yeah, they don't have the pop.
They're
and the
just
snap
not.
And,
They're just not.
Well,
Yeah.
in the competition world, and let's put it that way, because skateboarding is completely, it's artistic.
For
and
sure.
It's
sure.
people have their own taste of what they like and what they don't like, and that's a really awesome thing about skateboarding. And even with the clip of the girl you sent, I keep fucking it up, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Dude,
And
who can keep track
and
nowadays?
I'm
It's
gonna-
confusing shit, man.
yeah, and if it's,
Okay?
I'm not being mean by any means, because his clips were tight. His clips were good. He was a good skateboarder. She's a good skateboarder. But it's like she's getting. I'm trying
They.
not to. They.
They.
Then I feel like I'm talking about multiple people.
You're a transphobe. It's all right.
Yeah.
But and I told you I'm not transphobic because I'm not scared of trans people at all.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of trans people.
You're a transist.
I know that
You hate them.
There's no way to continue
hate
this
that.
conversation in a positive tone. Jim's just like,
Well, I won't even say who the skater is. I mean, like I said, with Leo Baker, like his clips are shit. His clips are sick. Oh Lord, I might. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter to me when I watch them skate. I'm not really looking if it's a boy or a girl. Skateboarding's
Yeah.
been punk rock forever. People
Yeah.
look however they look, and
For
that's fucking fine. And if that's what it is, that's fine. But like, if it came down to like my homie who was like, "Hey, like I'm about to do this," like I'd be like, I think you still should go talk to somebody. I don't know. I think that you might want to talk to somebody before you do this. Like,
For real.
just like if you were going to go get plastic surgery, I'd be like, dude, don't, maybe
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
go see a therapist or something. See, you're fine, man. You're beautiful. Like, you're
Yeah.
beautiful the way you are.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to wear what you want to wear what you want to wear. You don't have to go wild and like go take drugs and stuff and, take body altering things or do surgeries to feel beautiful. Like, you're a beautiful person. Like, you're good at skating and shit. Like, I'd reassure them that they have positive aspects in their life. I think that a lot of this is like a rebellion state for these kids,
Yeah.
and they think that this is what they're rebelling, what it takes to rebel. But a lot of the time, I think they just have to find like inner beauty in what they are. And I don't think you have. And then I think it's a lot of it also is clout chasing too. And it's weird that that's what it's come down to. Which, once again, I don't care.
I was just looking at it more the same as like the Leah Thompson shit though. Like, I was looking at it like, all right, like here was this guy who was a good skater, but not good enough to get attention. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
not good enough to get fucking sponsorships, possibly, right? And then became a woman and
Then got put on.
got
Yeah,
put
got
on,
put on.
right? Like that's how I was looking. That's what I was. That's not how I was looking at it. That's what I was wondering if it was like. You know, I was like,
And-
okay, so you're not. You know, if if you right now, like you're like shit, I can never become a pro skater. Like you know, all the dudes I skate with, like fucking
Sorry, bro. You want Secret Hideout podcast to get popular? You gotta
like thrash,
You
like
gotta- yeah.
over thrash me any day. You know, like
Yeah.
like this dude and this dude. But like so like if you're like, all right, I'll just put on a wig and some girl clothes.
cut your dick off.
Which
You know, like
is a move in skateboarding, and I'm not hating on that move. Whatever, man.
That's a
Like,
move in skateboarding.
Sure, man. Being weird and like being
Oh.
like
Yeah.
fucking, you know, eccentric. For sure. That's. I mean, that's just. These are artists. I mean, they are artists. Skateboarders are extreme sport
Yes.
athletes. Are artists. They for sure are artists. It's more of an art than it is a sport. And with this case, like if that's what she wanted to do was like get, you know, wear makeup and dress like a woman, like then
Yeah.
do that. But like I don't know if you like, I think like it's like the pandering and shit that like it makes it bad. Like pandering and being like I am trans, I am like just be you and like, you know, don't be like
Yeah.
I am a woman or whatever. I'm not
Yeah.
even saying that this person really does that.
no.
Which I don't
I'm not
think they
seeing
do.
that at all. Yeah.
Which to me, that's where it really made me think introspectively about trans people.
Yeah,
Because-
like if I see an interview of this person and someone's like, "So what do you like have to say for like the trans community?" and they were like, "I don't give a fuck,"
Yeah.
then I'd be like, "Fuck yeah,
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I respect this
Yeah.
person a
Yes.
lot." You know,
And there's nothing wrong with
like
that.
I
And,
don't like or like I don't fucking care. Like,
No, I
about
don't
that
give a
shit.
fuck.
Like,
I don't
like,
care.
If they said that, like, you know, like if that's their position, like I do this because fuck you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like that's cool.
I think
but
so.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like that's like the whole pandering of it is like, look at me, I'm this.
And I think you get into a weird place where you're clout chasing, and we've recently dealt with this personally with so just some people we like. I know I don't want to. I'm trying to like to fucking walk around this gracefully because I don't want to out anybody or anything like that or put people's business out there. But and it was somebody. It's like they're calling themselves trans now, and I'm just like, well, whatever. Like, it really made me think like, whatever. Like, do I think that they should make? I don't know. Like, maybe rethink before they go and like do surgeries and take hormones. Sure, I think yes, but I'm not gonna tell them that. If
Yeah.
they're gonna go do that, they're gonna go do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm gonna be like, you need Jesus like to fix yourself. Like, no. Like, I think that they need love and acceptance, just period. I think that this is all an issue of love and acceptance. Like, I think that people aren't accepting people, so they're feeling left out, or you're clout chasing and you're doing it because it's the only way to get popular and you've never felt popularity before.
Yeah.
And you're in a class that's untouchable right now. Like, even this whole conversation, I'm sure I just fucking triggered a whole bunch
Yeah.
of people, but really what I'm trying to boil it down to is like the fact that like it doesn't matter. Like, just don't use it. Like, don't use it like it'd be like a girl being like, I'm a girl skateboarder. Like, look at me. It's like, you know, you're a skateboarder or you're not. Like, that's just what it boils down to
Yeah.
for skateboard fans. Like, cause then I ended up fucking looking through this girl's clips.
Yeah.
And looking at all of her clips. And, you know, I was enjoying them. Like, I don't think she would be
I was looking at-
I don't think she'd have a pro truck as a guy.
That's what I was
Yeah.
like. That's how I was looking at it. Like I was looking at her page, you know, and I was like, oh, like I enjoyed it, you know, like I was like, oh, that's cool
Because
too, you know.
skateboarding's cool
but I
like
was like,
that.
but then I was just kind of like, man, like there's a lot. It just seemed like they had. It was like they were too big. They were too big for what I was watching.
For how good she was.
Yeah.
She.
Yeah. That's so weird. But yeah, it was just like I just felt like, all right, like I think this person's like too big for what I'm seeing. But then I was like, well, maybe this is like how skating is now. Like
And
you
it
know,
is, and
like-
and to her credit,
You know.
it is in a sense, because skating can be either way. You can be hucking down big rails or being creative and being fucking a quote unquote weirdo and doing some weirdo shit. And this
Yeah.
person's doing some weirdo shit, and I can say that because that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're like, and I've been a skateboarder my whole life, and I've seen skateboarders do this my whole life. Like the Ali Boulala.
I was just gonna bring up Ali Boulala. Like
Yeah.
Ali Boulala, like I've never really like watched a part of his and been like, oh my god, this is like so good. Like, but it was his style,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
made it cool.
And
you
nor
know?
did
Like,
I ever watch him and be like, is he fucking a girl or a boy? Like I didn't
Yeah.
think about that shit. And that's
Yeah.
that's what's wrong here. And that's what we're talking about always with
Yeah.
this shit. Like especially, I think I'm speaking for the whole crew here is like that. Like there isn't hate towards that. There's no hate. It's just like, why are we talking about personal stuff like that doesn't have anything to do with the task at hand that person's doing? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this person's like, unless it's a competition, and that's where it seems that everyone has the same feeling. Like, why would you take away from a biological female
yeah,
if you don't get to? I'm sorry, you just don't get to do that, and that's where everyone will say you're a bigot, I guess. But with skateboarding, the beauty of it is it's not a competition; it's an art form.
Yes.
and people can express themselves in it
Yes.
however they want.
yes. And like just going back with like you were saying punk rock and like how like if there's a trans skater and they're asked about trans, like I think the most punk rock thing could be saying like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude.
That would be punk rock.
Yeah.
Like that's punk rock. Like, yeah.
I'm skating. Like, are we doing a skate interview or are we doing like my sex life interview?
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
Yeah.
Like I didn't give a fuck who any of my favorite pro skate. I didn't care if it was a heterosexual
Those things
male.
weren't even like in our mind
they're
back then,
gay or
dude.
straight. Like it just didn't.
No.
Yeah, it
Those
didn't
were-
matter. Yeah.
Not at all. Like
Those-
Brian
yeah.
Anderson coming out being gay. I've loved Brian Anderson my whole life. Badass front noses,
yeah,
tall guy.
I heard about that. Like,
Yeah.
he's gay.
He's gay.
And I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't. And they did an hour-long special.
give a
I want
fuck.
to see clips of BA skating because he's a badass skater. Like that's why I like BA. Like I don't like him because of his sexual
Yeah,
orientation.
no, I'm not saying like I don't give a fuck that he's gay. Like like I don't mind that he's gay. Like no, like I just
doesn't
I don't
ever-
give a fuck
Yeah,
that he's gay.
yeah, and it's like, and this also ties into like what we're doing with children and the whole "Don't Say Gay" bill and all that shit where they're talking about we don't need to be talking about sex with our children
At all.
in schools.
Yeah.
Because it's just not a place for it. Just like it's not a place for me to wonder who this person's fucking on a skateboard. Like I don't care if they're fucking a boy or a girl or whatever. I know
Yeah.
I'm watching them for a skateboarder. Like that's it. Like
Yeah.
that's all that boils down to.
Yeah, man, that ties into like the new Buzz Lightyear
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I was
movie,
trying to
and it's
go.
like it pisses me off because like that movie looks really fucking good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's gonna be a really good fucking movie, but like I'm kind of like hesitant to support it just because of like they're they're throwing in this big fucking lesbian kiss, and they're making this big deal about it, and it's like fucking it's just don't put any kisses in there.
Yeah.
Don't
gotta-
put any
yeah.
fucking kisses in there at all. And it's like that's what's pissing me off about it is that like they're making that the point of it. It's like we gotta have this in there.
Yeah. Then they're like,
Gotta have two women kiss.
Well, what about
to make a point? Like they're making a point.
Well, what about they'll be like, well, what about Buzz and Jesse and Woody? Like that was,
Yeah.
all white. It's like they're fucking dolls. First of all,
Yeah.
they're toys.
Yeah.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
I don't
It's
think
like,
they
okay.
have. I
Cares?
don't think they have a race.
No. I think they're onto something when
you
people say that. Like
do you
if
mean?
they're like, "Well, what about fucking heterosexual kisses?" And it's like, you're right. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
Get fucking rid of them. Like I don't. It's just
No,
awkward.
I don't
It's
think they should
awkward.
be there
I
either.
hate
I
watching movies with my kids and like characters start kissing and shit. Like I hate it. Like I don't
Yeah,
like
they're-
that at all. Like
especially
I don't
kids'
give
movies.
whether they're gay or straight. It's like it just.
Yeah.
I have to like look at my daughter and be like, "Oh, that's gross,"
Yeah.
Like I don't want my daughter being like, "Why are they kissing like that?"
Yeah.
Which has happened.
That
My
is-
daughter
yeah.
has asked me that.
Yeah,
like,
why
you
put
know,
intimate moments in
Like,
children's movies?
why do they
Yes.
kiss like that? And it's like, fuck, we don't need to talk about that.
No, because
Right
it
now,
doesn't
you
matter.
know?
It doesn't matter to that. And like, if people are like, well, people are being discriminated against because they're I'm like, not now. Like, what are you talking about? No, they're not. Like,
Yeah.
they're not. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's fucking Caitlyn Jenner and shit like that. What are you talking about? They're not being discriminated against at all. Like, let them do what they do and just don't make a big deal about it. Just like I'm not going to make a big deal about who I'm fucking and what I'm doing with my, what I call myself. You know what I mean? Because, I don't know. Like, that doesn't matter. It's just strange that they make that matter. It's like that's what their plan is. They're really
it's just like that text message he sent earlier, that clip. They got to make it. They're doing it on purpose. You know?
yeah. Did you guys see that picture I sent you though after the Buzz Lightyear thing?
No. What was it?
Yeah.
So I had in my Safari search for like 3 days. I'd open up Safari and it would just be gay Buzz Lightyear.
Oh yeah.
That's all it said.
Oh man.
I thought it was a male kiss though, is what it was, wasn't it? Or is it?
No, I'm pretty
Two
sure it's
girls.
lesbian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hot.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Should we talk about the big thing that's happening right now at all?
What are you talking about?
No, actually, you know what I want to talk about real quick?
Jim and I just both.
What are you talking about?
We looked at each other and we were
The fucking Supreme Court thing, the abortion
Oh,
thing,
oh.
that no one has shut up about.
Oh, I haven't even heard. I when you
Bro,
sent
the
me
election
that,
got stolen 2020 or
when you
whatever
sent
fucking
me
year. I
that,
can't.
like
even-
I was like, I thought you were like on some old shit. I
Okay,
didn't know.
so you don't know about that at all.
No,
That's
no.
weird. You don't know about this
I
either.
know what's going on.
Okay, well, hold on. I want
Go
to talk
ahead.
about that right now. I want to bring up the food processing plants burning down
Yes.
across the country.
Yes.
Some more meat packing terrorists, bro.
Yeah,
For real?
Yeah,
for real.
A lot of them.
start searching this shit, bro. What you doing over there? Getting high?
I was
High on the job, bro? Huh?
All right, meat packing plants on.
No,
fire.
food processing plants, not meat packing. We'll talk about those when Josh comes back on.
Josh loves that shit. I didn't know anything about that Supreme Court shit though. I don't
We'll
know
talk
what that
about
means.
this. So we'll get into it. But apparently there's food processing plants been burning
I
down
can't find
across
a
the country.
reputable source though. That's the problem. Let's see.
That's because of the fucking disinformation people that
Campaign.
they got.
Yeah, and I think like two of them were hit by planes, like small planes that started it.
No, like drones, possibly.
Yeah, dude. There's no way I'm gonna find anything here on Google. I mean, for fuck's sake, everything's like fact check.
Is it? Well, bring those up.
I don't know.
Those
Tucker
are-
Carlson did a whole thing on it.
Yes. Okay.
I like to see the fact checks too, because that's actually where it's all exposed. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like obviously this is if they're fact checking it, then
Yeah, I know.
like
So
come on.
It's all right. Here, I'll put it on right. You want me to put it on or?
There's
So basically, what's going on
14
here
minutes,
is okay.
wow.
So there's an article saying families struggle to find baby formula as shortage intensifies. Okay. Then there's another article by Market Insider. A fertilizer shortage worsened by war in Ukraine is driving up global food prices and scarcity. And then another article is saying egg prices rise to historic levels due to highly infectious bird flu. And then we have a whole Tucker Carlson section going off about multiple food processing plant disasters, so like there's just all this shit coming out that's screaming, hey guys, shit's about to get fucking
Yeah.
real.
No. Yeah.
Shit's about to get fucking real here. And I think it's kind of scary, man. It's kind of scary because
It's been
that's
inching
gonna
this way.
that is going, dude. If the shelves start disappearing, that's when we're gonna see some really scary shit going down. That's when we're gonna see scary shit happening
Yeah.
amongst human beings. Because I mean, just think about when the toilet paper was.
I think that was almost like a psyop in itself.
Well,
too.
yeah, of course it was a.
They were
psyop.
like, here, we're gonna see how these
That
little
was a
ants
psyop.
act.
That was the fucking. That was the little test for the food shortage.
Did you
And think about how fucking crazy
Bread
people
lines,
went over
for sure.
goddamn fucking toilet paper. Now think about food for your family.
did you hear that guy talking about China and Tripoli today? He was talking
Yeah, I didn't
about-
finish that yet.
Yeah, me neither. But he was going in on how it hasn't begun yet either. Like it hasn't even like it's not like they're pretty much who we should watch to see what's going to be coming here, and it's going to be like food shortages and
Communism.
things of I mean exactly
Yeah.
CCP's plan.
Yeah.
It's not good. I don't know what to even say about it.
And so yeah, there's that. Look into that. If you haven't heard about it, you know,
And before
there's some weird shit going on about our food.
before you talk about the
happening.
Supreme Court too, I wanted to talk a little bit about. Did you not listen to the Owen Benjamin Sam Tripoli?
I listened to most of it.
Okay, it's
got
pretty
kinda-
short.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel? Well, here, let me actually break it down for the listeners real
Okay.
quick because Sam Tripoli had Owen Benjamin on the Tinfoil Hat podcast to talk about the fact that Owen Benjamin got kicked off of Rockfit, which is like a free speech platform, quote unquote. It was once a Greco wrestling platform for video hosting.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
And now it's
It's
a
a
lot
place
of truthers.
a lot of truthers go there. and
Yes.
People that got banned from other places can
Yeah.
go there and put up their content, whether it's a videos or
Greco
or a
wrestling.
podcast and
So
shit like that.
if you don't know who
Entertainment
Owen Benjamin is, Owen Benjamin's a comedian who's been canceled
for a long time.
For a long time, and he says
from everything.
if he's getting canceled now, everyone's going to be getting canceled later, and that's kind of what has happened in the past. And if you don't know who Owen Benjamin is, check him out. He's fucking awesome. But so Tripoli has him on the podcast because Tripoli has a lot to do with Rockfin.
Yeah, he got ties in there.
He's got ties in it, and they have a debate, and it's a pretty heated debate.
Yeah, it gets heated. It gets uncomfortable.
It does.
A lot.
Really?
It
Yeah,
does.
because
I'm gonna have to listen to
Owen
it.
goes pretty hard on him, and but Sam Tripoli does a really good job of remaining calm and patient because like Owen attacks him like pretty hard on some things, and but
He
the thing
gets
is,
personal a little bit.
yeah, he gets personal, but the thing is, like a lot of people didn't like that. Like a lot of people were like, oh, he sounds like a little like he's
Bitch.
being a bitch and shit like that, and like a douchebag. But it's like I kind of understand it because like he's probably got all this. He's got all this. Like the dude keeps getting kicked off everywhere. You know, like everything he tries doing, like he gets banned or some shit like that. And so like here's another one. Oh, I can't go on this platform now. You know, so it's probably something that's building up in him, right?
Yeah.
And like Sam Tripoli just kind of gave him an outlet to vent that. You know, to vent that, and so Sam Tripoli was just the receiving end of this anger that was built up after just getting canceled from another thing, you know. So
and Tripoli backed Rockfin in a statement that rubbed Owen Benjamin the wrong way, saying
Yeah.
that he like Sam Tripoli said that he did cross the line.
Sam was basically like, dude, you have a reputation for getting banned for making anti-Jew jokes and shit, and Owen Benjamin is like, no, I don't. Like I got banned off of Twitter for saying this about children,
Yeah.
I got banned off of PayPal for saying this,
Yep.
I got banned off of this for saying this. Like none of my shit was what you're saying
Yeah.
right now, but that's what they painted me.
And
That's what I've been painted.
Interesting.
and it seems like
And hold on, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rockfin, right? He was told Rockfin because his whole thing was like, oh, I didn't know the rules. Like I thought this was a free speech platform. The only rule I was told was that don't go crazy. The only rule I was told was that I can't deny the Holocaust. Okay, and so he was like, all right, I won't do that. But then he still got kicked off.
yeah. And it was about
And he's like, well, why don't you just tell me the rules then?
yeah, exactly. He's like, I won't. And he didn't get kicked off for debunking the Holocaust or anything like that. He got kicked off for what they said was just two jokes. Like it was two jokes. Take them how you want them. They were racially charged or whatever. But he thinks he's on a platform where he can speak openly
Yeah.
and make a race joke, because that's what comedians do. They make race jokes. I mean,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. It's interesting. It's kind of like it's really important, I think, to listen to, because you do see the frustration in Owen Benjamin where you could take it as him being an asshole.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like Jake just described, like it's like, dude, this guy's fed up.
Yeah.
He's fed up, and he's fed up with people fucking
backing. Like he's pissed that Sam backed this guy. And it's like, dude, what fucking line did I cross?
Yeah.
That you haven't crossed.
And I think it's I think it was also pretty charitable, I guess, or it was good of Sam to even like platform this conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this conversation is it's two guys speaking openly, and they're talking openly, and they do not censor themselves in this conversation.
That's why it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to it on the way home.
Yeah, it's about an hour long.
Yeah, it's an hour long. So yeah, check that out if you're into that shit. But so last night it was leaked to Politico from someone within the Supreme Court that they're basically I don't know what it's officially called, like an opinion or something. They're basically they're gonna vote on getting rid of
Abortion.
No, Roe versus Wade. Okay.
Which allows late or early term abortion.
It's like basically it's like so
or late term rather.
So it hasn't been voted on yet, but it's like whatever it's called, whatever the process is called, it sounds like according to this leak to Politico, it sounds like Roe versus Wade is going to be overturned. Okay. By the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
All right. And it's a big deal because for a few reasons. Well, one, because one thing is so all the liberals are like, they're banning abortion, right? And then that's not what it's doing, all right? What it will do is it will make it go back to the state's decision, right?
Yes.
So a state will decide on whether or not abortion is allowed. So don't worry, you'll still be able to kill kids.
Yeah, and you have
that's all they care about.
You're still don't worry.
About.
In the United States, you'll still be able to murder a baby. You might have to go to California or go to New York to do it, and you have to spend a little bit more money to kill your kid.
I'm sure it'll get subsidized.
But you could still do it.
You know
okay.
What I mean?
And the thing though about it is the fact that this was leaked. So accordingly, this is one of the first times in history that something like this, whatever this process is called, was leaked out. Okay. And so that's a big deal in itself. Why was this leaked? How was this leaked? Is the FBI going to look into this? Are they going to find the leaker? This is a
Did
process.
Did the FBI leak this?
We don't know.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Isn't that something that's where my mind instantly went? Is this a CIA intelligence leak to cause for debate? Because I know that I do know more about this than I thought. Tim Pool's been talking about this, and what's the press secretary's name? Was that the clip you sent me? Caitlin McKinney or whatever.
Yeah. She talked really good on it. That's why I sent you.
Yeah.
She really breaks down what's happening and what's going on. Somebody put this out on Twitter. It says the article represents the greatest crisis that Chief Judge blah 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 has faced. Okay, wait. I fucked up there. I read the wrong thing.
Fired. We'll get another one.
There's a cereal coming out that's made to be used with orange juice by Tropicana. It's called Tropicana Crunch. Just throwing that out there.
Because the milk is going to be gone?
Yeah, probably.
Fuck, dude.
Fuck.
Shit, dude.
I need to go buy some.
I can't find it. I lost it. But basically,
orange juice cereal would probably slap though. To be honest, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it works, if
a lot
they
of
actually
orange
make
juice, though,
it
there'll
work.
be a lot of sugar.
Oh yeah.
A bowl of orange juice with the cereal.
Like a cup of orange juice.
So a lot of people think that the reason that this was leaked was because I think it's going to take a while before the actual vote.
Are we talking about the orange juice cereal?
No.
Because I might have accidentally just got high or something. That cereal, I'm thinking about is cereal.
Yeah. What do you think it tastes like?
Basically,
This is important.
this is a this is a false flag event, right? This is another, here we go, fight,
Yeah, here we
ready?
go.
Fight,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
like, hey, they're gonna get rid of abortion, fight.
Yeah.
It's right before the midterms,
It's a don't say
You know.
gay, right? It's kind of a deal with that. Like that's a psyop.
Hey, let's just put it this way. Ukraine's done.
Yeah, we're out of there.
Yeah.
So now this is the new one.
Ukraine's done, right?
We just gave them billions and billions and billions of
Need to
dollars.
launder like 50 billion real quick.
Yeah, they just sent them billions of dollars, even though I can go fucking 3 miles south of me and like there's a big fucking city that needs billions of dollars.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but no, we'll send it to fucking Ukraine.
And-
but hey, we don't need to talk about that anymore because they're gonna get rid of abortions.
Yeah,
Fight.
exactly.
You
No
know.
longer Johnny
Like,
Depp's.
The thing is that this is going to cause some, like, we're gonna see they can't use BLM anymore, right? I mean they can, but like using BLM is gonna be like real fucking like it'd be a little too fishy now,
What do you mean?
some elections are coming up, like let's throw out BLM again,
Okay. Yeah.
So like we need chaos to happen.
Okay.
Right. And this is I think this is going to bring that. It's about to get warm out, right?
Yeah.
Right? It was perfect timing to bring this out. It's about to get warm. So we're going to see a lot of protests happening now over this, abortions, no abortions,
Yeah.
no abortions. It's
when it's like read the bill, read the amendment or whatever the fuck's happening. It's not even saying that, you dummies.
yeah.
Like you said, you still go kill kids.
You can
Chill
still
out.
go kill kids. Like, don't worry. Like,
But don't say gay.
and it's funny because like everyone, but there's a lot of funny things to attack on it. Even though it is most likely it is a false flag to get us talking about it instead of Ukraine and money laundering and fucking all this shit.
Yeah.
The border that's
And
wide
elites
open.
eating kids and shit like that. But there's a lot of funny stuff because it's like, their side of it, like the pro-choice side, is all like, this is a woman's issue, right?
Yeah.
Like okay, so now we are officially we are allowed to join the conversation now as men, right? Because before it was like, no, this is a woman's issue. Like, you're a man, you're not allowed to talk about this because this is a woman's issue. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, now I'm sorry, but I think it's according to I think it's on the iPhone, the emoji of the pregnant man.
Men can get pregnant now.
Men can get pregnant now.
Yeah.
So I can fucking talk about this.
Yeah.
Right?
It's so fucking weird, but yeah.
Right? I can fucking talk about
Well,
this now.
and we
Sorry.
and we can talk about that there are two genders. So we can say that now too, because you're saying women. This is a woman thing, and not men can't weigh in.
yeah.
So
okay, well then who? Yeah.
Exactly.
What about these other ones?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
What are the Xers?
Yeah.
Can they chime in? Are they allowed to chime in?
Yeah.
Are the they them's allowed to chime in? Like, okay, but no, as a man, I'm allowed to chime in now because there's a pregnant man emoji.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's a real thing.
I wonder if-
Another thing is like the people who are backing Roe versus Wade, saying, oh, this isn't men shouldn't be making laws on women's bodies. And it's like, well, guess who made the law for fucking Roe versus Wade? Like, guess who those were?
Yeah.
Those were all men,
yeah,
I
yeah,
made that for you. And
for sure.
I don't know.
No, it's contradictory. I mean, it's like everything
Yeah.
else that they do. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And I hate this whole, abortion is healthcare bullshit. Like, fuck you. No, it's not. Abortion, besides the probably less than 1% of abortions in the history since since Roe versus Wade occurred, like, it's probably like less than 1% of abortions occurred from because of rape,
Yeah,
right? Like, unless it's like that, or like a serious, like a medical issue happening, like there's really no argument for abortion other than you lack accountability and responsibility.
Yes.
That's it. All right, like that's the only reason why.
Correct.
And they're gonna say, people are gonna say, oh well, they're gonna have a bad life. What if the mom's poor and they're gonna have a bad life? And it's like, really? Like, yeah, there's a lot of poor people out there, and like people that grew up struggling, grew up fucking hungry, and like I don't see them killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see them.
Yeah.
I bet you they'd rather still be alive.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, a small percentage would kill themselves. Yeah.
Why are we like, you know, it's like fine, like if you want to support abortion, like support abortion, but be fucking real about it. Like be real about it. Like you don't want accountability or responsibility. That's the only reason why. You know, I've paid for one in my life. Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? It wasn't because when I did it, it wasn't because like, oh man, like if I have this kid, like it might grow up poor and you know, it won't have a good life, you know, like, no, it was like, man, this thing's going to make it hard for me to go to Europe.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what it is. It's like, oh, this thing's going to it's going to be fucking hard to go to Europe.
Yes.
It's all like the reason I did it was because of bullshit. Like I didn't want responsibility for that.
At the
Like
time.
I didn't want my life to change.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't want accountability. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's true.
Kill kids, go ahead, kill kids, but be fucking honest about it.
Yeah. Why are we but once again though, this is a psyop though. It's a complete, it is, because it gets you talking about it's like the whole
Well, I
thing-
think the issue should be don't get me wrong. I think the issue should be talked about. I think there is a problem. I think abortion is a problem. I really do. But this happening now and how it's happening is the
yes.
is the problem.
They're almost like they're getting
the false
along.
flag.
They're getting along right now.
Yeah.
They're all starting to see the same thing. What can we do?
We're not getting
to-
enough
Oh,
support. from
Pfizer
Ukraine.
just released 80,000 more pages
Yeah.
of data that shows that they knew that it was, you know, causing miscarriages and fucking
Yeah.
causing heart attacks like way before they released it
Yeah.
on this dump.
Let's talk about this and let's fight about this.
Hey, abortion's gonna be banned.
Yeah.
Fight. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. No, that's true. It's always
That's literally all they had to do. Abortion's going to be banned. Fight. They just had to announce it on the networks, and then
yeah. I didn't hear about it. My algorithm must be out.
I've been hearing of it.
Must be healthy right now. To be
Yeah, I
honest.
guess so. What's your algorithm?
You don't want
People, I forget what chugging drinks.
Yeah, they chug drinks. Actually, a lot of hip hop duets.
I got you.
I think it's really easy to like avoid abortions. Like it's just like you either practice safe sex,
Or don't have sex.
you don't have sex until you're with somebody that you want to have a child with,
Yeah.
or you stick to oral. You know, everything else, any other because like it's so easy not to have a kid, and if you do, if you're like, man, I don't want to have a kid, and you get the girl pregnant or you get pregnant, it's because of irresponsibility. You know?
Yeah.
If it was accidental.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not accidental.
No,
I
no.
mean,
Like
you
that. Yeah. Like
stuck
a
it in
condom
there.
breaking.
Yeah.
A condom breaking is like.
Well, you could even get like the
It's-
morning after pill. So that's what I don't understand. Even if you get the morning after pill, that's not the same
Sure.
as going and having an abortion like 2 months in, 3 months in, 4 months in, 5 months in. Like,
Yeah. There's
you like the
No,
There's
because
more-
even with accidents, even like a condom breaking, like okay, well, like if it's such a, you know, if it's such a big deal that you'd have a kid, right? And you're worried that much about a kid that you're willing to like fucking abort it, then you shouldn't be having sex then.
I
like-
mean, yeah, that's what
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna have sex,
Yeah.
go into sex being like, I could possibly have a kid with this.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know.
Yeah,
but you don't.
You
That's
know?
the thing.
never do.
Don't.
You don't.
Don't. Because and I don't know, that's probably some programming involved.
And
in
I'm
that.
not saying like that's like, you know, like we've all done that.
Yeah.
We all done that.
Of course.
You know, and that's like especially like being young and shit. Like you're not thinking like that.
Well,
like,
it's
you're just
because
like, I wanna fuck.
they don't teach.
But that's
like,
what
the
it
family.
is.
They don't.
It's not like fostered.
The family's gone. Man.
Yeah.
The family's gone. It's weird. It's like it was successful in a sense. Like we don't, you and I are family.
Yeah.
But like our families, like it's gone. Like that whole idea, we've literally watched it happen.
That's the goal. Yeah.
Like there's no family.
You gotta move away from the areas we live in and homeschool your kids like he is, and it's the only solution.
And go to a place where community matters.
Yeah.
And that's all that will matter is just your community.
Country.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
The family is not even in the picture. It's out of the picture.
Notice how
it's
immigrants
pressed out of the picture.
Notice how when immigrants come here, they're always very, very like family heavy, cultural tradition heavy, and then as time goes on, it gets like watered down. You know, the next generation.
Well, the family. You go to America for the family to die.
That's what happens. You're pursuing economic.
Yeah,
it's
prosperity.
You're going for almost self prosperity. It's like this like selfish land. It's the land
you
of
left like all your kin.
Yeah,
to go
it's a move based off total greed.
Yeah.
For self
opportunity.
Yeah, and the family's destroyed.
Yeah, here's some. Okay, so since 1973, there's been 63,459,000 abortions. Okay, so 63 over six, almost 64 million abortions have occurred since 1973 in America. Right, less than 0.5% were due to incest. 1% were due to pregnancy caused by rape. Okay. Sure, understand.
I get that. I get that.
12% were due to health concerns for the mom or the baby.
Again, I get that too.
Atopic pregnancies and stuff.
Okay, which leaves the remaining 86.5% of U.S. abortions were performed as a mean of birth control.
Yep.
So being like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
And I did. But it's like fucking up. But even like you didn't even want to take the morning after pill. Like you didn't even try to.
Like I got 2 kids, man.
That thing's probably not good though.
I got 2 kids.
Well,
now.
but I mean, nothing. I mean, it's probably not. You're right.
It's probably not.
It's not good for them.
I got
don't think,
2
like,
kids.
Birth control. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know?
it's probably not.
I've never felt
What,
that.
birth control?
Yeah.
I fucking hate birth control, man. Like
it's not good for
yeah,
them.
like Melissa's. Well, no, she's on. I mean to get like super detailed here.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Yeah,
Maybe you should.
Well, I
Non-hormonal.
that ring or not the ring, the
Yeah.
IUD.
That sounds like a landmine.
IED. Yeah.
It sounds like
the
a
brass
landmine.
one or whatever, a copper one.
Yeah,
It's like a copper
IUD.
thing.
I don't know, dude. Like one of those things they give you in the mall. Like
Like a bracelet. Yeah, she's on a copper bracelet, bro.
Did you get it at Walmart?
She wears
Yeah.
a copper bracelet.
Did you get this at Walmart?
Yeah, clearance.
Like in the first aid section?
I'm just saying, like,
Copper underwear?
but no, like, I'm just saying, like, because she was like, she's been on birth control, right? And I just hate, like, I hate what I've seen it
Hormones.
do.
Yeah.
You know, like to her body, right?
Yeah, they can
like,
be gnarly.
it's fucking harsh on shit. And
Yeah.
like, you know, they're like, oh, if they made birth control for men, like, men wouldn't take it. And like, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take that shit.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't either.
But I was trying to say is like I have 2 kids now, and like I don't want a 3rd kid.
So what do you do? It's cool.
We do things. You know, we do things.
You do what you
Make
gotta
sure
do.
we don't have a 3rd kid.
Yeah, you do what you got to do. Understood.
You know,
But you might.
I might.
But you might.
might.
I might. You know,
Yeah.
That's the.
it can happen.
That's
But
the
and I
magic of
understand that
life.
risk. I understand
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
now. You know,
Yes.
it might happen.
What's your destiny is your destiny, dude. You know, dude. Maybe,
I think
hey,
I was
bro,
on camera, fuck.
bro. Maybe you're destined to be like a father of 10.
Okay, well, chill.
What is he
Chill
like
out, bro.
trying
What the
to-
fuck you doing over here?
You know, once they get it the
Knock on
first
some
time,
fucking
it's
wood
real
over
easy
here,
after that.
right?
Knock on some fucking wood.
Let's wrap this beast.
Jake ain't coming to no podcast no more. If that's the case.
Let's wrap this beast.
All right.
Check us out on Secret Hideout Podcast on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Secret Hideout Podcast on YouTube. Search it, like it, subscribe, do all that stuff. Share it. Tell people about it so they won't let us talk about it anymore. That's what will happen.
Yeah, no, inevitably.
Yeah, but we appreciate you. And, comment, see the TikTok,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah, and like always, don't listen to a word we say because in case you didn't notice when we were talking about NHL goalies, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Do your own research.
Please do your own research. And we will catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.
Ooh, it actually ends good with this screen I got going right now. I might only need 2 cameras for this show. Or 3.
From now on.
Yeah, I can do cool things with
Stop recording.
it. Yeah.
We're doing the intro, right?
That's